All right, everybody, what is going on? Welcome back to Mets Weekly as we are live at this very moment on YouTube and on X for watch-along coverage of the Mets versus the Chicago Cubs. Game 21 of 162, the second game of this three-game set where the Mets take on the Cubs in Chicago. But before we start, make sure to subscribe for live episodes of the Mets Weekly podcast following every single regular season series. For those of you watching or listening on playback and want to join the conversation in the future, make sure to turn on our post notifications to know when we go live. Make sure to follow Mets Weekly on X, TikTok, follow us individually. All the links are down below in the description. But what is going on, guys? We're back for another watch along. Even though this team has been a flaming pile of ass, at least we show up and we play, and we actually contribute, unlike this team the last couple of weeks, because oh boy, has it been ugly. 9-game losing streak, multiple series lost in a row. Got swept in back-to-back series by the A's and then by the Dodgers down in LA. And yesterday was not a great start to this series either, because sure, the Mets hit. They put up more runs than usual. They put up 4 compared to the 1 or 2 runs they've been averaging over the last couple games. But the problem was Kodai Senga got lit up. And it was ugly and he only pitched about 3. I don't think he even got out of the 4th inning, because I'm pretty sure Mendoza pulled him and let Brazovan finish that inning. And then, obviously, Manai had to come in, and he finished off the game, basically. He freaking, pitched a lot, even though he got beat up as well. So, again, it's not been pretty. This team needs to figure it out as quickly as possible, because the more and more they lose, the deeper that hole gets. And, listen, I understand that they were able to climb out of that hole in 2024, but it's not a sustainable way of baseball to bury yourself this early in the season and then work your way back. Listen, could they still do it? Sure. Will they do it with this manager? I don't think so. I have no hope in this manager, but listen, we'll see what happens. But anyway, guys, because I know, sorry for starting a little bit late, like 5 minutes late. I literally just came back from work 5 minutes ago, so I came in, parked my car in front of the house, got in, set everything up, but now we're here. So yeah, apologies for starting like 5 minutes late, because I know BBA will of course troll me, because that's what he does. He's the late troll master. He loves to say late as fuck as usual, but now we're here. But anyway, guys, before the game starts, because it's literally about to start like in a minute or two, let's go over the lines quickly. Leading off and playing left field for the Mets, it is Carson Bench. Batting second and playing third, Bo Bichette. Batting third and playing shortstop, Francisco Lindor. Batting fourth and playing center field, Luis Robert Jr. Batting fifth and DHing, MJ Melendez. Batting sixth and catching, Francisco Alvarez. Batting seventh and playing first base, Mark Vientos. Batting eighth and playing right field, Brett Beatty. And then batting ninth and playing second base is Marcus Semien. And on the mound for the Mets is Freddie Peralta. For the Cubs side of things, playing second base and leading off, Nico Horner. Batting second and playing first, it is Michael Busch. Batting third and playing third base, Alex Bregman. Batting fourth and playing left field, it is Ian Happ. Batting fifth and playing right field, it is Seiya Suzuki. Batting sixth and DHing is Moises Ballesteros, who hit a 3-run home run yesterday. Then batting seventh and catching is Amaya. Batting eighth and playing center field, it is PCA. Batting ninth and playing shortstop, it is Dansby Swanson. And then on the mound for the Cubs, it is Jameson Taillon. And then just quickly, this is the pitching probables and the pitching matchup for you guys. So there you go. There's all the numbers. But yeah, let's see what happens. Again, don't have high expectations. Freddie is pitching today, and he just came off a 6-inning outing in his last start against the A's. So let's see if he can carry that over, because the Mets need a strong pitching performance today, because it's going to be one of the only ways that they end up winning this ball game. But again, we'll see what happens. Let me just update the scoreboard for you guys. Have that exported. And we are about to be underway here in Chicago for game 2 of this 3-game set. So let's see what happens. Here's the first pitch to Carson Bench. Takes that pitch outside, apparently. All right, ball 1. So Bench is ahead in the count here. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Taillon. Bench takes that pitch outside again. So Bench is quickly ahead 2-0. And let's see what you guys are saying here in the chat. For the love of God, BBA, what's up? For the love of God, can the Mets win today? Hopefully, Vientos is beating the lineup. We are so blessed. Yeah, I know. All right, here's the 2-0 pitch to Bench. Takes that pitch on the outside corner. That catches the zone. So Taillon gets a strike there. 2-1 count. What is that big ass lump? I don't know. something medical for him. Max, what is going on? Vientos and Beatty hitting back-to-back. We have the black hole in that part of the lineup. Yep, 100%. Bench goes after that fastball away and swings and misses. Taillon gets the count to 2-2 now. It's scary. Maxwell again, geez, I just looked over at the broadcast. Yeah. And then, BBA saying, late. I'm surprised you can talk. Okay. Let's see. All right, 2-2 pitch to Benj. Fouls off that fastball. Yep, it's going to get into the seats. All right. I did not do a no-call, no-show BBA. Like I said, I just came back from work, so it's all right. It's okay. Max was saying, I don't blame the team. Might as well be a no-call. Hey, listen, the team might not show up, but over here on Mets Weekly, we always show up, so it is what it is. Armand, what is going on? Hey, here's the 2-2 pitch to Benj. Lays off that pitch in the dirt. Counting out 3-2. Tony saying, what's up, Matt? How's my day going? Good. Just came back from work. Worked 6 hours. Made some money. Now I'm here watching the Mets and doing a live stream with you guys. So, life going to be better right now. 3-2 pitch. Bench hits that ball, and it's going to go foul. All right, let's see what else. I got my bets in. My dumbass bet on the Mets again today. Surely they don't lose 10 in a row. I mean, surely, but you never know. You never know with the Mets. Horner saying depends who's going. This I may not stick around. It seems certain presenters attack the audience for having an opinion on Stearns. I mean, I don't know who that was, Hornet, but I mean, listen, we may have different opinions on Stearns. I'm not, gonna attack you on anything for that, unless you had another problem with somebody else. Again, that's up to you. But we welcome you here, Hornet. Bench with a good hack there, fouls off that slider, still keeps the count 3-2. There's blind bums, Sangamanaya and Peterson. I mean, they disagree sometimes, but I don't think I've seen them attack the audience. I mean, yeah, listen. If we disagree, listen, I'm not going to attack anybody unless you're being an asshole. Then at that point, it's like, if you're being an asshole, I'm going to go back at you. But if we're just having a good discussion and there's disagreements, I mean, listen, it's part about having a discussion, right? Sometimes it's going to be disagreements, and as long as that, as long as the what's it called? The argument or the conversation stays, respectful. We can have we can have differentiating opinions. Benj goes down on strikes there as he swings and misses at that outside fastball. So Jameson Taillon has his first strikeout of the ball game, and that's the first out for the Mets here. Senga pitched 3 in the third inning. Yes, thank you, Armand. Wind blowing again. What's going on, Alex? Matt, what is going on? Two Cats, what is going on, my guy? Well, that John guy had a pop simply because I had asked an opinion on Stearns. Did it go? Listen, I know Saps can sometimes be very, very direct and very forward when he's talking with people. So I don't know, maybe you just caught him at a bad time. Who knows? But usually Saps is a very nice guy. But here's Bo Bichette up here for his first AB of the day, and he falls quickly behind 0-1. All right, here's the 0-1 pitch to Bichette. Takes that fastball up and in for ball 1. If the Mets don't turn around, Mendoza's in trouble. 100% what's going on, Stanley. Matt, do you work in sports management or sport? No, but I got my degree in communications from Farmingdale. Oh, and Bichette drives the ball to right field, but Suzuki will get under that to make the second out of the inning. Sorry. No, I currently work retail right now, but I'm trying. Listen, listen, like I said, I got a degree in communications at college, so I can end up getting a job in, sports like management or sports media. But part of the reason why I'm doing this is because I hope to one day, get recognized, or maybe this channel one day, hopefully, ends up taking off to the point where maybe, we become like full-time, podcasters or full-time, people here, and, we could start, a company with this YouTube channel. That's the hope, but again, listen, we're going to keep feeding you guys content, and as long as you guys keep liking it and you guys keep viewing, you guys keep viewing this stuff and you guys keep subscribing, hey, listen, we're going to be here for the long run, and we will keep feeding you guys content, and hopefully this channel grows to a point where it's like, again, we could do this at a professional level. That's the hope, at least. But also, guys, I have to say, thank you guys so much, because the last couple of live streams, you guys have fucking killed it with the views. I know the Mets have sucked, but we had 1.4 views on the finale of the Dodgers series, and then 1.4 views on yesterday's game for the Cubs. And then on the podcast, you guys did over 500 views on that. So big up to you guys. Thank you guys so much because, like I said, if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be doing this. But because you guys are always here, you guys are always tuning in, you guys are always smashing that like button, you guys always want to interact with us, we're the reason why you guys do this. So thank you guys so much because the more views we get, the more, we're going to do this, and the more we can also put way more time into this. So thank you guys as always. Here's a 2-2 pitch to Lindor, lays off that high fastball. Lindor works the count full. BBS saying swinging the ball 4. Yup. Two guys saying that's what's up. Hopefully you get what you want, and that's cool. Or some kids that play hockey at Farmingdale. That's cool. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and Lindor hits that ball through the hole for a base hit. And the Mets have their first hit of the day, courtesy of a Francisco Lindor single. All right, there we go. Lindor, just like yesterday, got a 2-out hit. They couldn't get a run in that inning, but and of course yesterday it was a double off the wall. But this time Lindor has a single to start off the game for the Mets. So let's see what happens. Now Robert's going to be up. Here's the first pitch, and Brault swings and hits that first pitch, and that ball's going to get down the left field line. Lindor's going to go into third. He's going to hold up there, but the Cubs get the ball in quickly, and Luis Robert will be into second base. And just like that, the Mets have runners at second and third with 2 outs. So usually I'm not a fan of first pitch swinging, especially right after you get a hit, but Robert got the pitch he wanted, and he smoked that ball into left field down the line, and the Mets have something cooking here in the bottom of the first. And good piece of hitting there by Robert. Got that pitch in, fastball in, and just pulled it and took it right down the line. So good piece of hitting there by Robert. And now MJ Melendez has a chance to give the Mets the lead here. Takes that pitch outside for ball 1. Up, and Taillon looks like, or what's it called? The Cubs are going to challenge this pitch. It's probably going to be overturned because I think it just nicked enough of the bottom part of the strike zone. And yep, that one's overturned, so count 0-1. Let's see. I do not work at Kmart in Hicksville. Andrew is spreading false news, which in typical Andrew fashion, always spreading misinformation. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Melendez goes after that high fastball and swings under it, so Melendez falls behind the count 0-2. Pantry saying, nah, Matt, you and the other guys are killing it. Thank you, Pantries, and welcome to the stream again. Tony saying, I agree, you guys are killing it. Great content and entertaining. Thank you, Tony and Pantries. All right, here's the 0-2 pitch to Melendez. Lays off that high fastball. Count now 1-2. Max was saying, as a Mets fan in South Carolina, this is pretty much the only way I have to watch the game with the Mets faithful. Hey, listen, gotta do what you gotta do, and we're glad that you're here, Maxwell, because you're always a consistent member here on Mets Central, so we appreciate it. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Melendez, and Melendez takes that ball, drives it out to left field, but Happ will get underneath it to record the final out of the inning. So the Mets were able to get runs to second and third, but unfortunately they were not able to drive in any runs there. So we head to the bottom part of the first with the game still tied 0-0. Freddie Peralta will take the mound for the Mets, where he will face Nico Horner, Bush, and Bregman to start off the game. Patrick saying Beatty playing instead of Taylor is a crime right now. Dude is trash. Mendoza's an idiot. Yes, we know that. Carson saying, I think they do it just for the money. I mean, it's part of it. But it's part of it. Hey, listen, we gotta, there's always gotta be some incentive, right? I mean, obviously, first of all, like I said, we do it for you guys too, but it's also nice to get paid off of doing this. I'm not going to complain about that. Pantry saying, nice, Robert and Lindor. Yep. Unfortunately, they couldn't score. Tony saying, I can truthfully say I hardly listened to the broadcast and been listening to you guys during the games, except LA couldn't stay up. Yeah. But, yeah, thank you, Tony. Thank you, Tony. We appreciate you guys' support. You going to have Sens and Cades on the side on mute? Yeah, I could have. Well, 3 o'clock also, for any people that watch English football and Premier League football, I'm going to have the Manchester United game on the side as well, because they're playing Chelsea right now and they're trying to make Champions League for next year, so hopefully they can win too. But yeah, I'll have the playoffs too on the side. Yep, BBA saying fuck. Matt, where's BBA saying typical? Yup. Dan was hoping the wind would carry that. Much better ABs. Hashtag green shoots. Yup. Stanley saying hi, Carson. Yep, Carson saying there. 1986 saying my Optimum TV is always like 15 seconds delayed. Sucks for watch alongs. Yeah, it is what it is. You know, listen, sometimes you just got to deal with it, right? But at least you can watch the games, though, right? Like that's at least a positive. I'd rather I'd rather be delayed than not be able to watch the game at all. But you know, it is what it is. Sometimes you just got to deal with things. Okay. Don't saying. Do they have a run? Yeah, they've scored a couple times in the first inning, the Mets this year. All right, but anyway, here's Freddie Peralta in to face Nico Horner. The first pitch, and Horner hits that ball, and that's gonna get nope. Benj is gonna be able to get that. I thought that ball's gonna get down for a second. The camera looked a little bit weird, but Benj with a nice run down there on that ball, and he's able to get that for the first out. So I thought Horner got a much better piece of that ball, but again, good job by Benj to get there. And yeah, Peralta just kind of jammed them. I mean, Horner still did a good job to turn on that ball, even though it was like way inside. But one pitch, one out there for Freddie Peralta, which is always good. All right, now here's Michael Busch up, and Peralta misses just outside with that fastball. Count now 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And that fastball hits the bottom part of the corner. Count back to 1-1. I will say Ben just being in the outfield is nice. Yeah, he's had a couple of mishaps in the outfield, but I mean, look, he is a rookie. It's going to happen. He'll make mistakes, but overall, like Benj has been solid. Peralta gets ahead of Busch here, 1-2. Swung right under that high fastball. All right, here's the 1-2 pitch by Peralta, and Busch fouls off that pitch, so stays alive in the AB, and count still 1-2. And there's the defensive alignment for the Mets. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That curveball's in the dirt. Count now 2-2. All right, here's the 2-2 pitch from Peralta, and Busch hits that down the line, but that ball goes foul. So it was a slider. Busch got out in front of it and just he pulled it foul. So there we go. Mets also wearing their blue alternate New York jerseys. Cubs, of course, in their white pinstripe jerseys. Here's a 2-2 pitch by Freddie. Busch skies that. And Bichette's going to go after that, settles under it, and makes the catch for the second out of the inning. So, again, good pitch by Freddie there to get Busch to pop up, and nice play by Bichette there to get underneath and record the out. Windy day in Chicago, of course. I mean, again, they don't call it the Windy City for nothing. Maxwell saying, I actually like these jerseys. Yeah. Bregman skies that ball into left field. Benj gets underneath it, shades his eyes from the sun, and makes the catch there. So a nice, quick, easy inning for Freddie Peralta. Gets 3 outs on 9 pitches. And we head to the top of the second where the game is tied 0-0. So nice work there by Freddie. And, of course, need him to go deep into this game again. And a 9-pitch first inning certainly does help that. That's probably his quickest inning that he's pitched this year so far. I know he's had like a 10, 11 pitch inning, but 9-pitch inning, it's good work there by Freddie Peralta. And all three were pop-ups / flyouts. So good work by him. Now let's see if the offense can do anything. And Melendez made the last out, so it's going to be Alvarez, Vientos, and everyone's favorite, Brett Beatty, to hit for the Mets here in the top of the second. But yeah, back to like Max. Yeah, I remember when these jerseys first got unveiled, I wasn't like over the top excited about them, but like a couple days later, they started to grow on me. I'm like, oh yeah, I actually like these jerseys. I do want to end up getting one. I still need to get the new black jerseys, the blue alternates, and I need the new road jerseys too, because this white one, I have the this is a Soto jersey. I have a Lindor City Connect one. I had an old Mets black jersey from 2022. but that's DeGrom, so that's a bit outdated. So I do want to get a new black jersey. I had the old blue jersey, the old blue alternate jersey with the Mets script on it, the alternate home jersey. That I had one Conforto, and then I had one Beatty jersey. I know you look at me like, Beatty, what the fuck? It was start of the 2023 season. Lay off on me, okay? I tried to maybe, jump the gun a little bit. It was a bad purchase on my part. I take full responsibility for being irresponsible with my money there. And then I also have a 1986 Mets jersey with Darryl on the back. So yeah, those are my Mets jerseys. I know. Listen, again, it was a bad purchase. I take full responsibility. All right, here's Jameson Taillon now to face Alvarez here. Gets that pitch in the zone for strike one. Yeah, Carson here threatening Andrew. Like the stream or Carson's actually threatening the audience here. Like the stream and Alvarez drives that ball into left field, and Ian Happ will run that ball down for the first out of the inning. But yeah, guys, if you don't like the stream, Andrew will come to your house personally, and he will eat all your food. So if you have any cakes, especially cakes, if you have any cakes lying around, Andrew will suck that up like a vacuum cleaner. Also, if you have any chicken lying around, I suggest you eat that too, because Andrew does love his chicken. Especially if it's Chick-fil-A chicken. That's his thing. All right, here's Mark Vientos now. He's ahead in the count 1-0. Taillon misses outside with that pitch. Count now 2-0. Yeah, Andrew will of course leave the veggies because he doesn't eat. Andrew actually doesn't believe in vegetables. He thinks they're a myth. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Vientos. Fouls off that pitch. Yeah, Andrew thinks that vegetables are a myth. He actually has started an online website where he's actually trying to disprove this that carrots and tomatoes. Actually, no. Technically, a tomato is a fruit, actually, but lettuce and carrots. He's trying to claim that all that shit's fake. So, Andrew's a conspiracy theorist. Make that of what you will. Here's the 2-1 pitch now to Vientos, and Vientos drives that ball out to left field. That ball's gonna carry, and that's gonna sail out of here. Mark Vientos with a solo home run. And that what feels like it's his first hit in a while, his second home run of the year, and just like that, the Mets are up 1-0 in this ball game, courtesy of a Mark Vientos solo home run. All right, there we go. Mets are out in front, and that's the first time. It feels like not really a while because they had the lead against the Dodgers in the second game when Lindor hit the leadoff home run, but. It feels like a long time that the Mets have had a lead. Now, will it sustain? I don't know, but we will see. Now here's Brett Beatty up, and of course we have to play the song. Fouls off that first pitch. Vientos got that middle fastball up, and he turned on it and he crushed it out to left field. So good piece of hitting there by Vientos. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Beatty. Lays off that changeup in the dirt for ball one. Andrew Armand's saying that he has a lot of cakes and cookies, so you might have to go to Armand's house, steal his food. Beatty lays off that curveball outside for ball two. Maxwell saying veggies are the good stuff. Nothing beats a good chef salad. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Beatty, and Beatty skies that ball out to right field, but Suzuki, PCA will call him off, and he makes the catch for the second out of the inning. So, hey, he at least, what's it called? He pulled the ball, so that's new for Beatty, but still didn't do anything with it, but it's progress, I guess. And yep, Swaggy, Mark. Fuck yeah, Mark, thank you. I don't know if Vientos is back, but thankfully he did get that hit there. Now here's Marcus Semien here with his first AB of the day. Lays off that slider low for ball one. And Carson saying here that Andrew thinks vegetables are like the vaccine. He doesn't fuck with it. And just like Helen Keller, vegetables do not exist. Noodle fuck. Here's a 1-0 pitch to Semien. Swings and misses to that pitch. Count now 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Semien. Let's see what the decision is. Nope, first base umpire says he laid off on that slider. So Semien is ahead of the count here, 2-1. Yeah, it's the corpse of James Taillon. But Semien hits that ball. It's going to be fielded clean by Swanson, but Semien there with the quick legs, he's able to beat that. He's able to beat that throw out. So the Mets have another base hit in this inning. And again, Swanson, typically a good defender, typically has a good arm, but Semien hit that deep enough in the hole, and he paused, and he was able to beat that out with his legs. So good job there by Semien. Good piece of hitting and good speed there. And we're back to the top of the order now with Carson Bench here. So here's the first pitch to Bench, and he fouls off that fastball. Taillon had the count 0-1. All right, here's the 0-1 pitch to Bench. Lays off that curveball outside for ball one. Count now 1-1. All right, Semien leading off from first base. And here's the 1-1 pitch to Bench. And again, that curveball misses outside. So now the count is 2-1 to Bench. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Bench fouls off that fastball. So now the count is 2-2. All right, Taillon checks Semien back there at first base, but he's back in there safely. So that's one disengagement. Two pitch misses outside. So Bench with a good AB here works the count full. All right, here's the 3-2 pitch to Bench, and he lays off that pitch in the dirt. So Bench here works a walk here. So very good AB from Carson Bench there, and now Semien moves over to second base. So the Mets have runners at first and second with 2 outs here. And yeah, just like you guys are saying right here, like Two Cats is saying it, 43 pitches already on Taillon, working the counts. I like it. So just because you said that, that deserves a...
I like it.
There you go. But yeah, no, they've done a good job on Taillon here, working the count, which is something that they haven't done in the past, or at least in the past couple weeks. Because they were doing it earlier, they did it off Skeens, they were doing it in that Giants series apart from Logan Webb, and then the last couple of series, some of the ABs are just ugly, but at least the ABs, at least so far to start this game, they're looking a lot better. So you got to start from somewhere. All right, now here's Bo Bichette up here for second AB of the day. Gets that first pitch, and he swings, and he pops up that pitch, and Bush will get underneath it to record the final out of the inning. See, that That is, you just had Ty all over the place. You had Bench work a very nice walk there, drew the count full, got ball 4, and then listen. I get that. Bichette's a very aggressive hitter. He likes to swing first pitch. That's not the time to do it though. Come on, dude. That ain't it. That ain't it. All right, so we head to the bottom part of the second. The Mets are up 1-0 here, courtesy of a Mark Vientos solo home run. The kid might have found his new home in the leadoff spot, maybe. Clifford's big stick went deep. We love that. We love Ryan Clifford, aka the Big Red Dog, going deep down in AAA for the Syracuse Mets. What the fuck? Yep, that was ugly. Left 4 on bases. Yep, not a great AB there. All right, let me update the scoreboard for you guys here. And as always, we got 92 of you guys watching the live stream so far. So, guys, thank you for your guys' support. And as always, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share the live stream as well. As always, guys, thank you guys for your support. And yeah, just keep on doing what you guys are doing, and we'll keep on doing what we're doing. But here's Peralta now, back here on the mound, as he faces Ian Happ for the first time, and he misses outside with that fastball for ball 1. Happ so far batting .214 with a couple of home runs to start the year. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Freddie, misses outside with that fastball. So now Freddie falls behind the count 2-0. Here's the 2-0 pitch by Peralta. Gets that changeup in there for a strike. Count now 2-1. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Beautiful curveball there by Peralta. Gets Happ to swing and miss at that. So Peralta now gets the count to 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch by Peralta. Changeup misses just low, so Happ works the count full here. Three-two pitch here by Peralta, and that curveball gets driven out to center field. Robert will try to camp underneath that, but that ball is going to go out to dead center field. Ian Happ ties up the ball game with a dead center shot, and the Cubs have tied up the game at 1-1. A little bit of a hanger there by Peralta, and Happ was able to make him pay there. So just like that, we have a tie ball game. All right, now here's Seiya Suzuki. Peralta misses inside with that fastball for ball 1. And yeah, let's see the pitch right here. Yeah, it was a curveball. Oh, sorry, changeup, and it just stayed up way too much. It got way too much play, and Peralta hit Suzuki there. So now the Cubs have a runner at first. So Peralta had a very nice and quick first inning on 9 pitches. Grit was able to get 3 outs, but here to start the bottom second part of the inning, not a great start. Gives up the leadoff home run to Ian Happ, and then hits Seiya Suzuki here to put a runner on first. All right, now here's Ballesteros, and Peralta misses outside with that fastball, so he falls behind here 1-0. And Ballesteros hits that ball down the left field line, but that ball goes foul. So count now 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Ballesteros hits that ball foul. Count now 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball misses up and away. Count now 2-2. Wish we could hold a lead. That didn't last long. Terry, what is going on? Saying that didn't take long. Of course, Turbo, what is going on? We can never ever have a lead longer than a batter. Hey, well, Jesus fucking Christ, Freddie. Calm the fuck down here. Fastball misses inside. Almost hit him. Count now full. And listen, the offense... listen, obviously you don't want to see Freddie there give up a home run, but it's only one run. You know the Cubs offense is good. They're capable of getting runs. This offense has to go out and hit it and give Freddie more runs to work with. You know, one run was probably never going to be enough to begin with. But Peralta there recovers there quickly, and he gets Ballesteros to strike out there on that high fastball. So 1 away here for the Mets in the bottom part of the second. Peralta's breaking my heart. Peralta's not an ace. Give me one double play, please. Got the strikeout there, so at least he got one out there. And now it's going to be Miguel Amaya here to hit for the Cubs. Here's the first pitch to Amaya. Fastball clips the inside part of the plate. Or clips the inside part of the zone. Count 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Slider misses low for ball 1. 1-1. McLean. I agree. McLean's the ace. I think he's our best pitcher. Obviously, does he have the longevity of a guy like Peralta? No, but I think McLean certainly has the better stuff though. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That fastball misses low and in for ball 2. Maxwell saying Peralta's a 5-inning, 2-run kind of pitcher. Offense just to get to work. Yeah, listen. Again, you want to see Peralta do better there. Obviously, you don't want to see him give up that home run there. But listen, again, 1 run's never going to be enough. Offense has to score more runs, and of course, Freddie just now has to keep the Cubs now off the board now. All right, and Peralta gets the count back to 2-2. He locates that fastball low in the zone for strike 2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And Amaya pops that pitch up. Guys are... Oh, my gee, and that fucking drops for a base. Peralta jammed him there, but fucking he just found the freaking place in the outfield, and that ball basically landed in between everybody. So the Cubs now have runners at first and second. Yeah, just no one could get to it. I just landed in between Roberts, Semien, and then Bench, who was coming in from left field. All right, now here's PCA for the Cubs. Here's the first pitch. PCA fouls off that changeup, and Peralta is ahead of the count here, 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fastball misses up and away for ball one. Yeah, I saw that, Armand. Hey, listen, you do what you want to do. You know, I guess everyone's entitled to their opinion. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Beautiful curveball there by Freddie Peralta. Gets PCA to go after that curveball in the dirt, and Freddie's ahead here, 1-2. Pantry saying feels like Freddie's pressing, wants to pitch good today and stop losing streak, and isn't accurate because of it. I mean, listen, when you lose 9 in a row, you know, and Freddie misses outside with that fastball, count 2-2. Listen, when you lose 9 in a row, I mean, it gets to a point where it's like people feel like it's their responsibility, like by themselves, to get the team out of a slump. But it just never works that way. You as a team have to work together to get out of that slump. I know it's like common sense, and it's like wow, like groundbreaking stuff there, Matt. But it's true. Not one guy can do it by himself. Like people are saying, you know, like listen, Soto's a great player, and he's certainly going to help. But Soto's not going to turn this around by himself. Everyone has to come together and get this team out of a hole. All right, but PCA here works the count full. Here's the 3-2 pitch to PCA, and he fouls off that changeup, so he stays alive in the AB here. Isn't that Lindor's ball? I mean, he gave up on that, so maybe it could have been possible that maybe Semyon called him off. We'll see. All right, again, here's the 3-2 count, and PCA fouls off that high fastball. So PCA here making Freddie work in this AB. Pantry saying I won't give up on the team until the All-Star break. I mean, listen, I want to, but the longer they keep Mendoza around, I don't know. I don't like it. 3-2 pitch. PCA called time there. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and PCA skies that ball out to left field. Won't be deep. Bench settles in underneath it and makes the catch to record the second out of the inning. So PCA made Freddie Peralta work there in that AB, but good job by Peralta to get PCA to fly on that AB. So now Dansby Swanson will come up for the Cubs here. Come on, Freddie, get out of this. Swanson batting .210 with 4 home runs, 12 RBIs, and a .774 OPS to start this season. Come on, Freddie. Get through Dansby here. Here's the first pitch. Fastball misses up and in for ball one. 130 of you guys watching the stream so far. As always, thank you guys for your support. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share the live stream as well. As always, guys, thank you for your guys' support. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and Swanson hits that ball out to right field. Beatty gets underneath it, but it goes into the stands as a foul ball. So count now 1-1. Here's a 1-1 pitch to Swanson. Swings and misses through that high fastball. So Freddie now has the count in his favor here at 1-2. Yeah, I'm doing the Mendoza ARF. Yeah. I didn't even realize that. Here's the 1-2 pitch by Peralta. Misses up and in with that fastball. Count now 2-2. Come on, Freddie. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Misses with that changeup low. So Swanson now works the count full. Back-to-back full counts here for Peralta. Here's the 3-2 pitch. And Swanson hits that ball into center field, but it won't be deep. Robert settles underneath that for the final out of the second inning. But the Cubs are able to tie up the game here in the second inning, courtesy of an Ian Happ solo home run. So we head to the top of the third with the ball game all tied up at 1-1. I'll be right back, guys. Give me a second. All right, guys. So we're back here now. 43 pitches in the second inning, five inning day, maybe less. LGM, BB saying trash. Brad, what's going on? What's up, everyone? Lindor now in here to face Jameson Taillon. Of course, 1-for-1 in this ball game. Had this single back in the first inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Lays off that curveball in the dirt for ball one. Too much wasted. Pantry saying too much wasted on competitive pitches, which is usually a theme with this team, unfortunately. Yup, Ram, what's going on? Can we get a win today, please? Hopefully, maybe we will. Jay Farrell saying 33 pitch inning. Yep, don't like to see that. Lindor takes that fastball in the outside corner for a strike. Count now 1-2. BBA saying 9 pitches in the first, 34 pitches in the second. That's our ace. Our ace is McLean BBA. Listen, Peralta's a good pitcher, all right? Listen. If McLean will take off to be the ace and Peralta will be the second guy, I'm fine with that. As long as they're both producing and they're both pitching well, I don't give a shit who has the ace title. All right, but Lindor takes that curveball away for ball two. Count now 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That curveball misses away, so Lindor works the count full here. Here's the 3-2 pitch. And Lindor swings and misses and strikes out here to start the top of the third. So Jameson Taillon has a strikeout here. And now it'll be Luis Robert Jr. to hit here for the Mets. Yeah, looking at Robert's swing percentage on pitches in the zone. Career 79%, and this year down to 61%. So good job there by Robert. And Robert fouls off that first pitch here to fall behind the count 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Robert hits that ball, and that ball goes through the hole for a base hit. So Luis Robert has his second hit of the ball game today, and he's 2 for 2. Had a double in the first inning, and here as a second batter in the top of the third, he has a single here. So really good start to this game by Luis Robert. Yep, breaking ball, just stayed up and got way too much of the play, and good piece of hitting there by Robert. All right, so that's the 5th hit of the game for the Mets. And now here's MJ Melendez up for his second AB. Flew out to left field back in the first inning, and he takes that pitch low for ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Melendez takes that fastball outside for ball 2. So good couple of takes here early in the AB for MJ Melendez. And credit to Melendez because he's came off the bus from Syracuse, and he's had a lot of really competitive ABs so far to start his tenure with the Mets. Let's see what he can do here. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Melendez swings and misses through that cutter in the zone. So Tyone gets the count back to 2-1. And yeah, there's Melendez's numbers so far to start the season. 4 for 8, no home runs and RBI, and a 1,300 OPS. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Melendez holds up, and Robert's caught stealing there for the second out of the inning. Come on, guys. And that was a ball, too. It was 3-1. You could have 3-1. Guy on second base with only 1 out. I mean, it was a hell of a throw by Miguel Amaya. Oh, yeah, because I'm amazed about it. It was a hell of a throw by Miguel Amaya, and then all Swans had to do was just place the tag right on the hand. And Melendez strikes out there. So the Mets, unable to get anything in this inning, of course, had the single there by Robert, but he was thrown out on the base pass, and MJ Melendez strikes out to end this inning. So to the bottom of the third we go. The ball game is still tied up at 1-1. It's mistakes like that have been costing the Mets just lacking the fundamentals. And most of the time, that's what kills a baseball team, when you lack those fundamentals. Yeah, Robert's such a compact swing, but rooting for years, and yeah. 2 guys saying, "Come on, dude!" Oh my God. Yeah, and then like Tony was saying, it was a great throw by Miguel Amaya. I mean, just put it right there, and all Swanson had to do was just apply the tag. Antoine Richardson, I miss you, Pops. Yeah, Richardson was great when he was on the team last year. Thomas was going on garbage. The whole team is garbage. I mean, they're playing like shit so far to start the year, so can't argue that otherwise. This team does everything wrong. Maxwell saying we are trying to steal like last year, but we got rid of the coach that was partially responsible for our stolen base success rate. BB is saying GG. We got a Cubs fan in here. What's going up? Z-Core, go Cubs. Mets 7 and 155. Maybe. With the way they're playing, hey, listen, I guess it could happen, right? When you play shit, you play like shit. Listen, couldn't have put it any better. When you play like shit, you play like shit. All right, but it was Swanson that made the final out of the inning. So it's gonna be back to the top of the order for the Cubs. So it's gonna be Nico Horner, Michael Busch, and Alex Bregman to hit you for the Cubs in the bottom part of the third. Nico Horner, his career stats against Freddie Peralta here: 172 batting average, 3 doubles, a home run, and 5 RBIs with a strikeout. Here's the first pitch to Horner. Freddie is able to get that pitch in for a strike, so he's ahead of the count here, 0-1. Horner, of course, flew out in the first inning. Flew out to bench. 1986 saying Polanco on the IL. How many games I spend on Alonso? I don't know, but yeah, guys, that was also breaking news. Of course, if you guys didn't see, which you guys probably did see, Polanco is on the IL, on the 10-day IL, and the Mets also called up Hayden Sanger. So the Mets will be running with 3 catches so far. Peralta used ahead 0-2 on Horner, and Horner hits that ball dribbler to Bo Bichette. Nice fielding play, nice throw. 1 away. Beautiful play there by Bo Bichette to record Nico Horner there on that 6-3 put out. So very nice fielding play by Bo Bichette. So yeah, they're gonna be carrying 3 carrying 3 catches now, which I actually do like because we know that Alvarez's defense has been very shaky to start this year, even though his bat has been very good. So now with 3 catchers, there's games where you can have Alvarez DH and have either Torrens or Sanger behind the plate for defense. And then, of course, now, just in case if there's an injury to a catcher, now, you won't have to lose the DH if you have to put Alvarez back in the catching spot. So overall, I do like the move. Obviously, it sucks that Polanco has to go in the IL, but I'd rather him, get healthy and rest up now and, have him healthier for the later games in the year. So, but yeah, I do like the fact that the Mets are going to have 3 catches now. Peralta gets ahead of Bush here quickly, 0-2. Trade Lindor for Ohtani. I don't think the Dodgers would take that offer. I mean, maybe if this was MLB The Show and you could force trades, maybe you could do that. But yeah, in reality, that's not a possibility. Freddie misses there with that curveball in the dirt for ball 1. Count now 1-2. Maxwell saying nice play from Bo. Fight or else, yeah, because not the Panthers, the Hurricanes and the Sounders are playing. So I guess they fought already, and Brady was involved. And I'm not surprised. Brady does Brady things. But yeah, I'm probably going. I know some of the guys in here who were Ranger fans. You guys saw Evans' live stream that he did for the bracket challenge. I know a lot of you guys had tough times debating that Carolina versus Sens series. I'm probably a beautiful curveball there by Freddie Peralta. Gets Michael Bush to swing and miss at that pitch. So Freddie Peralta here has 2 outs to start the bottom of the 3rd. Yeah, I'm probably going for that series. For me, I'm probably going Kane in 7. It could go either way, but I don't know. I like Carolina's depth a bit more. I like their defense a bit more. So, but again, I wouldn't be surprised if Ottawa does win that series. But for me, I'd go Kane in 7. But like I said, go either way. All right, now here's Alex Bregman in here for a second AB of the day. And Peralta falls behind 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball hits the outside part of the plate for strike 1. So Peralta gets the count back to 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And Bregman hits that ball, fielded clean by Bichette, over to first base. Little bit of a low throw, but Vientos able to make that play for the 3rd and final out of the inning. So Peralta had to work hard in the 2nd inning for the 3 outs, but he has a relatively easy 1-2-3 inning here in the bottom of the 3rd. We now head to the top of the 4th, but the game's still tied up 1-1. Good work there by Freddie. Got the control a little bit better, and nice low pitch count that inning as well. All right. Yeah, Patrick saying, well, no shit, Polanco's on the IL. He should have been on it since he got the Achilles. Whichever dumb fuck kept him in the roster needs to be fired. Yeah, that was not the correct decision at all. They should have put him on the IL. Even like I said, it's early, and even though Polanco still kind of could technically play through the injury, when it's that early and it's an Achilles thing, just put the guy in the IL. It's not worth him playing through that. And then we saw it. Even though he started off decently, Polanco, he got a couple big hits. His play started decreasing little by little. So they should have just put him on the IL. It was dumb that they didn't. Yeah, then Max was saying, I also don't hate Terens as our primary catcher. He seems to call better game, even though Albie's the better bet. Yeah, and listen, you can have Albie as your DH now, and again, you have the better defensive catchers behind the plate in Terens and Sanger. So, and all in all, I had no problem with the call up. BBA, I care about hockey, okay? I care. And some people in here care about hockey. Maybe you don't, that's fine. But people care about hockey. 2K saying Ottawa's a damn good team. Not saying they're the best, but at least very tough. Yeah, I think that series is gonna be competitive. I think that's gonna be a 7-game series, like I said. And yeah, good inning. Pantry saying let's get some hits now, make Tyone work and get him out of the game. Yup. I bet you it was Mendoza's decision to keep Polanco playing, but Polanco convinced Mendy he could keep playing, and Mendoza's too weak to say no. Yup. And Alvarez skies that ball into center field. PCA gets underneath it, makes the catch for the first out of the inning. I care about hockey when the Rangers aren't the worst team in the league. Yeah, I know. Bring up Patrick Ewing. Hey, listen, AJ Ewing, with the way he's been playing in AA so far, he's going to make his way up to AAA. And listen, he had a hell of a spring training for himself, both offensively and defensively with the bat. Or sorry, well, offensively with the bat and defensively with his glove. So yeah, I mean, listen, AJ Ewing, there might be even a shot, depending where this team goes this year, there might be a chance where AJ Ewing cracks the major league roster this year, which I wouldn't be against. Andrew said, yeah, playoff hockey. Fuck Philly. Yep, Andrew, of course, Pens fan. All right, Vientos falls behind the count here, 0-2 as he falls off that curveball. I have Pittsburgh winning in 6 over the Flyers. Not that I give a shit. Not that I give a shit who wins that series, because I would rather both teams lose that series, even though it's not possible. But I think Pittsburgh has the edge. I'll always give the edge to Crosby, it's because he's fucking Crosby. Yeah, don't say that to a Canadian resident. Here's the 0-2 pitch now to Vientos. Swings and misses at that curveball out of the zone. And Tyone has a strikeout here for the second out of the inning. I root for every team. But for any of you guys wondering what my final matchup is, I have Tampa and Colorado in the final, so a 2022 finals rematch. However, this time I have Tampa winning the cup in 7 games. So that's my prediction. I like Tampa's roster. I like their offense, like their defense. Obviously, they have Vasilevsky in there. We know that Vass is one of the best goalies in the league, has been for the last couple of years. I like their depth, and they also got John Cooper as well, the best coach in the NHL right now. I know Andrew would probably argue Dan Hughes is the best coach, but no, it's John. John Cooper's without a doubt the best coach in the league. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Beatty. Takes that curveball outside for ball 2. And yes, we also got to play the song. All right, here's the 2-0 pitch to Beatty. Takes that pitch inside. And Beatty, he is the only qualified hitter so far in the major leagues without drawing a walk. And he's 1 ball away from working his first walk of the year. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Beatty takes that fastball in the zone. So count now 3-1. All right, Tyone is into his windup. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Beatty fouls off that fastball. So Tyone gets the count back to full now. Here's the 3-2 pitch to Beatty, and he fouls off that slider. So count remains full. Tyone into his windup. Here's the pitch. And Beatty, in typical Beatty fashion, hits a ground ball. Fielded clean by Nico Horner over to first base. 3 outs. I can't stand him. I can't stand him. I can't stand Brett Beatty. He fucking sucks. But we shouldn't be surprised. I mean, he swung on a low pitch and he grounded out, so technically you were right, Pantries. Beatty sucks. Yup, agree, Maxwell, trash. Yup, EBA, Simon, just play Taylor. Yeah, I mean, Taylor should be in the lineup over freaking Beatty, because one, he plays a much better defensive outfield than him. Beatty's not even an outfielder. And two, Taylor has the better bat. And three, he's a better base runner than Beatty, so... Why, Ken? What's going on, Ken? Why are you always innings behind? I always tell you, Ken. I always tell you. I mean, listen, you probably do this just to troll, but again, watching MLB TV. Come on, man. You should understand this by now. This is an abusive relationship right now with this team. Yup, Ray, what is going on, man? Haven't seen you in a while. Kev, what's going on? Also, Ken, Mets send Beatty to the minors. He's embarrassing. I wish they would. Brandon, what's going on? How many more ground balls do we need to watch from him? Apparently a lot more, because for some reason Mendoza has an affinity for Brett Beatty. Mendoza's a fucking idiot with these lineups. Hey, listen, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you, Pantries. You guys know how much I hate Mendoza. Jay Farrell saying his OBP is still lower than his batting average. It's mind-boggling. It's the Brett Beatty way. It's the Brett Beatty way. We really can't be surprised. All right, so bottom of the fourth about to start here. It's going to be Ian Happ, Seiya Suzuki, and Moises Ballesteros to hit here for the Cubs. And, of course, Ian Happ here is going to have his second AB of the day. Took Peralta deep for a home run back in the second inning to tie the ball game up at 1-1. But here's the first pitch to Happ by Peralta. Curveball clips the clips the high part of the strike zone for strike one. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Curveball misses low and away for ball one. Count now 1-1. Ken's saying he wants to debate Carson. Well, I mean, listen, maybe one of these days we'll have a live stream where we'll basically have like a live stream centered around bringing on the viewers to talk to us and debate us. And listen, maybe Carson will be there and we'll bring you on, Ken, and you'll be free to debate Carson all you want. So, all right, Freddie gets that changeup in the zone for strike two. Count now 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch by Freddie, and he gets Happ to pop that pitch up. Beatty gets underneath it and makes the catch for the first out. Who's the moderator? I guess I could be the moderator, and we could do it. We'll do like the presidential debates. Ken versus Carson. All right, now here's Seiya Suzuki up here for his second AB. Peralta hit him back on the arm for the first AB, and he almost hit him there with that up and in fastball for ball one. All right, Peralta misses just low with that fastball, so he falls behind here on Suzuki 2-0. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Suzuki fouls off that high fastball. Count now 2-1. Suzuki's numbers so far to start the season pretty good. 286 batting average, no home runs, 2 RBIs, and a 733 OPS. Peralta is ready, and he's into his windup here with the 2-1 pitch. And Suzuki hits that ball to Bichette, fielded cleanly over to first base, 2 outs. So Bo so far playing a very nice third base the last couple of days. And the throws have been looking a lot better too. He's made some nice, scoops there. He's made some nice diving plays, but the throws, that's the biggest thing we were concerned about going into this year. And his throws, I know they were a bit shaky in spring training at the start of the year, but over the last couple of games, they have been a lot better. So good job by Bo here. All right, here's Ballesteros now, and he takes that ball to center field. That ball's going to drop in front of Robert for a base hit. And the Cubs now have a runner here at first base, courtesy of a Bicestro single here with 2 outs. So that's the Cubs' 3rd hit of the ball game. All right, now here is Miguel Amaya in here, first AB. For second AB. Had a hit in his first AB back in the 2nd inning. Batting .290 so far with a home run, 4 RBIs to start this year. Here's Peralta, the 0-1 pitch. Misses with that slider in the dirt for ball 2. For ball 1. Count 1-1. May saying another yawner. Kev, have you noticed YouTube ads getting longer? 2 ads just now. Shaking my head. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and Miguel Amaya skies that ball out to right field. Beatty will get underneath it, and made the catch. So that's 3 outs. So Freddie Peralta there with another good inning of work was able to work around the Moises Ballesteros single, and another good quick inning from him. So we head now to the top of the 5th with the game still tied up 1-1. See if the Mets bats could do something here in the 5th inning. Yep, great 2 innings there from Freddie. Keep it up. That's our ace. Good catch by Beatty. I know. I know BB. I could tell from BB's voice he's being so sarcastic with this, and of course there's the laughing emojis there. But he looks a lot more. Bo's getting a better idea of his eternal clock. He's not trying to rush the throw. He doesn't need to. Looks a lot more calmer and relaxed. 100%. Polanco's contract was a disaster so far. I don't listen. He's been hurt to start the year. Listen. When the 2 years are up, we'll have that discussion if it's a disaster. Could it be like a Jed Lowry situation? Technically it can't be as bad as a Jed Lowry situation because at least Polanco has a couple base hits and he has a home run with the Mets. Lowry only played like 5 games with the Mets and he has no hits. So yeah, let Polanco heal up. And when he gets back healthy, he'll look like a lot better of a player. Because Polanco, in his major league career, apart from his first year in Seattle, he's been a very good major league hitter. In his time in Minnesota, again, like Seattle, apart from the first year, he was good. But Polanco's a very good hitter. Just got to let him get healthy. And Ray's saying, Jerry's still out. Kev saying, I'm betting all the pitchers are feeling a bit more stressed because the offense doing so little. Yeah, that also too. Now here's Semien up here for his 2nd AB of the ball game. Takes that pitch away for ball 1. Semien had a single back in the 2nd inning. That was the 70th pitch of the ball game for Tyone. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and Semien goes after that pitch and misses. So count now 1-1. Yeah, Lowry got. I think that was a 2-year, $22 million deal, if I recall. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Semien takes that slider outside for ball 2. Good take there by Semien. Yeah, Lowry, and I like that signing to it at first. I really like Jed Lowry, but just didn't work out at all. Semien takes that pitch outside, takes that fastball up and away for ball 3. So count now 3-1. And ironically, though, the guy that I really wanted the Mets to get that all season was DJ LeMahieu, and the Yankees ended up getting him, and that deal worked out. Obviously, the second DJ contract for the Yankees didn't work out at all, that 6-year deal that he signed, but the first initial deal that they got him to, which was a 2-year deal, again, I think around the same type of AAV, that was a great deal. The Yankees got so much production out of LeMahieu in that contract. Here's the full count now to Semien, and he fouls off that slider to stay alive in the AB. Yeah, LeMahieu, his first 2 years as a Yankee in 20, 2019 and 2020. Those are really great years from him. Again, here's the 3-2 pitch, and Semien takes that fastball up and in and works a walk here. So the Mets have a base runner here to start at the top of the fifth, courtesy of a Marcus Semien walk. And now we're back to the top of the order where Carson Bench will take his third AB of the ball game. Of course, he walked in his last he walked in his last AB as well. Maxwell saying, "I need the Mets to get the lead here. I bet on them for the 5 inning line." Yep, Pantries, nice AB there by Semien. Here's the first pitch to Bench. Takes that cutter low and away for ball one. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Bench. Curveball bends in the zone for strike one. Game lagging for me. I have cable, I have Fios, but I'm watching the game through MLB TV right now because I don't have my cable set to my PC. Bench goes after that changeup low and swings and misses for strike two. Not a great swing there by Bench. Come on, Carson, stay alive in the AB here. Tyone's about to throw his 80th pitch, so yeah, I'm streaming the game. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and Bench hits that ball on the ground, fielded clean by Horner over to Swanson, but Bench is able to avoid the double play there. Cubs get the force out second base, but Bench there with that speed, he's able to get down to first base and beat out the throw there by Dansby Swanson. So good hustle there by Bench to at least avoid the double play. And now Bo Bichette will come up for his third AB of the ball game. All right, now here's Bo Bichette. There's the first pitch. Bichette swings first pitch and fouls off that pitch. Falls behind 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Bichette, and Bichette hits that ball, but it's right at Nico Horner, who turns that double play there, and the Cubs are out of the inning there, courtesy of that double play. So the Mets got a leadoff walk there by Marcus Semien, but they're unable to do anything there. So now we head to the bottom of the fifth. Game still tied at 1-1. Man, this offense. What a disaster. 0-1 saying, how many times have the Mets been leading in a game over the 9-game losing streak? Feels like maybe a couple innings here and there. I mean, the A series, I don't think they were leading at all. Then the Dodgers series, they were leading in the second game for one. The Diamondback series. Well, if we go back to the Diamondback series when the lose streak started, Peterson got lit up early in that game, so they were down the whole game. Then the finale, they were up 1-0, and then Beatty misplayed the ball in right field. Diamondbacks took that lead, and they won that ball game. And then they didn't lead at all during the A series, and then the Dodgers series, they only led in the pretty much the top of the first, because bottom of the first, the Dodgers tapped the game right away. And then in this game, they had the lead courtesy of the home run by Mark Vientos, and that was short-lived because then Ian Happ came up for the next AB and he hit a solo home run to tie it. So they haven't led a lot over the last couple games. And listen, when you're on a 9-game losing streak, most of the time you're not leading in these games. So it is what it is. Gray saying unreal. Jay Farrell saying Nico's always where he needs to be. Up, he's a very good defender. He's a very good baseball player as a whole. Thomas saying the Mets are a bunch of jerk-offs. Can't argue that. Maxwell saying this is what happens when there isn't anyone in the lineup that pitchers have to worry about. Without Soto, we have no pressure in the lineup. Yeah, 100% agree. Not having Soto, it's a major detriment, but still you expect a lot better from this lineup. All right, Peralta faces PCA here, falls behind 1-0, but PCA pops up that ball. Lindor will camp out underneath it to record the first out of the inning. So good work there by Freddie to get 2 pitches and 1 out there on PCA. Now Dansby Swanson will come up. So Peralta so far through 4 1/3 innings of work, 68 pitches. So hopefully you get through this inning and at least start the 6th. But he misses high and outside with that fastball to Dansby Swanson, so he falls behind the count 1-0. And there's the Wrigley Field Cup snake, which of course is what's it called? It's a staple hold of Wrigley Field. The fans always do this every game. Nice slider there by Freddie. Gets Swanson to swing over that pitch, so he gets the count now to 1-1. Swanson so far 0-1 in this ball game, flew out in the 2nd inning to center field. Blackhawks jersey in the crowd as well. Swanson holds up on that curveball in the dirt, so count now 2-1. As a Mets fan holding the cups. All right, here's the 2-1 pitch by Freddie. Hits the lower part of the zone with that fastball. Great pitch there by Freddie. Count now 2-2. 0-1 saying Bichette needs to be a 300 hitter. He's been striking out alarmingly late. I mean, yeah, the strikeouts, but it's also he's had a lot of pop-ups. He's also had a lot of weak contact outs as well. All right, here's the 2-2 pitch by Freddie. And beautiful changeup there by Freddie Peralta. Freezes Swanson there with that outside changeup that hits the lower part of the strike zone. And just like that, a strikeout here by Freddie Peralta. He is 2nd out of the inning. And now we're back to the top of the order here with the Cubs with Nico Hoerner. All right, Freddie's into his windup. Here's the first pitch. Curveball misses inside to Nico Hoerner. So the count now is 1-0. Ray saying Senga sucked yesterday, but these hitters never help out their pitches either. Freddie's doing his to do 100%. 1-0 pitch, and Hoerner skies that ball into center field, but Robert will get underneath it and make the final out of the inning. So again, another good and quick, easy 1-2-3 inning here by Freddie Peralta. So he's through 5 innings of work with only giving up the 1 home run to Ian Happ back in the 2nd inning. We head to the top of the 6th with the ball game still tied up at 1-1. All right, I'll be right back, guys. Give me a sec. All right, we're back now here, guys. Skip, what's going on? Never seen you in here, so if you are new to the channel, welcome to Mets Weekly. Yeah, good pitcher. Yeah, good pitcher by Peralta. Here's Lindor now. He's the leadoff hitter here in the top of the sixth and goes after that low changeup and swings and misses over for strike one. Lindor 1 for 2 in this ball game, had a single back in the first inning and struck out in his second AB in the third inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Lindor takes that cutter inside for ball one. Yeah, and Tyone, what was it? He's about to throw his 85th pitch here, so hopefully this is his last inning of work. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Curveball is taken outside for ball two. Good take there by Lindor. 0-1 saying only the Mets can acquire a 300 hitter, and he turns out to be a 218 hitter. I think when all said is done, I think Bo will end up being close to that 300 batting average. Just, he's not his best right now. Lindor skies that ball out to right field. Suzuki gets underneath that, makes the catch, one away. Yep, no problem, Skip. And Skip, always, I know you're new here, but if you have anything to comment, any questions, any concerns, feel free to comment. I will always answer your guys' questions. And also make sure, because we also have 164 of you guys here watching the live stream as well, so thank you guys always for your support. Hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell as well, share the live stream as well. And as always, thank you guys for your support. But Robert's now up here. He swings and misses at that slider completely out of the zone. And Tyone is ahead of the count here, 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That curveball hits the top of the zone. So Tyone now quickly ahead of Robert here, 0-2. Robert, of course, 2 for 2 in this ball game so far, with a double back in the first inning and then a single in the third inning. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Robert. And Robert hits that ball up the middle, fielded cleanly by Swanson over to first base. 2 outs. Pantry saying we need either Bo or Lindor to step up right now, preferably both, but both are floundering. Yeah, both are not playing at the level that we expect them to. Now here's MJ Melendez for his third AB of the ball game, 0 for 2 so far. Fly out back in the first inning, and he struck out in his second AB. And also here's the 90th pitch of the ball game from Jameson Tyone. Melendez takes that changeup in the dirt for ball one. Yeah, this is the thing I don't like, too, because they showed the pitch by innings here. Mets did a great job at working up his pitch count in both the first and second inning, but ever since then, it's been a lot of quick ABs and a lot of quick innings for Tyone. That's why his pitch count... There we go. Man United scored 1-0. Cunha, baby. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Melendez. Takes that fastball inside for ball two. Question, why would anyone be a Met fan? That is a good question by choice. Listen, I chose to be a Met fan, so, good take there by Melendez. Takes that curveball in the dirt. Count now 3-1. Nice finish there by Cunha. And yeah, right, no one is hitting. The 3-1 pitch to Melendez takes that pitch outside for ball four. So MJ Melendez with a very nice AB here draws a walk here with 2 outs here in the top of the sixth. Yeah, again, same here, Maxwell. Grew up a Mets fan, don't know how to stop. And the reason why I became a Mets fan was because David Wright was the first baseball player that I knew. So I became a Mets fan because of David Wright. And I haven't stopped since then. That I always used to play with the Mets on like MLB The Show 11 and MLB 2K12 because again I love David Wright, so I'm like, yeah, I'm a Mets fan. Andrew asking, is it still weird to say Mets week instead of the other one? No, I've already adapted. I've already been consumed by you guys. I'm freaking corrupted by the Mets weekly DNA. And part of that's because we spend so much time in the fucking offline chat doing dumb shit. All right, but good take there by Alvarez here. He gets ahead in the count here, 1-0. 1-0 pitch. Alvarez takes that pitch inside for ball two. And the Cubs now here have Hobie Milner, the lefty, warming up in the bullpen. Ray saying being a Met fan is like being married to an ugly and naggy wife. You take the good with the bad. Yeah, that is true. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Alvarez takes that slider in the zone for strike one. Count now 2-1. And listen. Being a Mets fan is tough, but you know what? When they're good, it's fucking like it's worth it. Like it feels good. Hopefully, listen. The season hasn't started off great. Hopefully, they can turn things around, but we'll see. And Alvarez skies that ball back into the seats. Count now 2-2. And Tyone here, that was his 90th pitch of the ball game. I'm about to throw pitch 99 here. So, yeah, this is definitely going to be his last batter here. Yeah, Mikey, when they have been good, it feels good to be a Met fan. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Alvarez. And Alvarez fouls off that slider. Or, sorry, the curveball. So stays line the AB here. That's pitch number 99. And Tyone here is about to throw pitch number 100. Here's a 2-2 pitch. And Alvarez skies that ball up. Bregman will get underneath it. Nope. Swanson calls him off and makes the catch there for the final out of the inning. So again, Mets unable to score any runs here. They had the walk here by MJ Melendez, but nothing to show for it. We head to the bottom of the sixth. Game is still tied 1-1. I'll be right back, guys. Give me 1 second. All right, back in here now. That's what you guys are saying. Max will say, I went to high school with Harvey, and he went to the Mets, kind of solidify. Oh, that's cool. You went to high school with Harvey. One saying, I find it fascinating that Beatty's. Yeah, I saw that before. Yeah, it's the Beatty way to do things. Yeah, and they haven't won in my lifetime. I was born 2003, so I've only seen them go to the World Series in 2015, and then I've seen them only make the playoffs in 15, 16, 22, and 24. That's it. So 4 times. Skip saying 73. I became a fan. Seaver, Kuzman, and Matlock. Yeah, and then they traded Seaver a couple years after that, and they made the World Series in 73 too. They lost to the A's in 7 games, which sucked. Ken saying Bichette, Polanco, and Semien all in common. The quadruple AL. All right, now here's Freddie in for his inning for this sixth inning of work, and he gets a 1 out quickly there on a line out there at Carson bench. And what was that? Was who hit that ball? I totally missed it. Yeah, that was Bush. Okay, yeah, so yeah, Bush lined out and recorded the out there on 1 pitch. So good work there by Peralta. Falls behind here though, 1-0 on Bregman. Maxwell saying Bichet's approved major league. I'm not worried about him. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Changeup catches the lower part of the zone for strike 1. Count now 1-1. I'm not worried about him. Semien and Polanco were downgrades. I don't know about the Polanco one. The Semien one I could see technically, even though like if we're just looking like he's technically, I don't know. Defensively, he's an upgrade on McNeil. The bat, so far, it's been a downgrade, but we'll see if that bat can get back to league average. Here's a 2-1 pitch to Bregman. Bregman hits that ball, fielded beautifully by Bichette over to first base. And another clean throw there by Bichette. 2 away here for Freddie Peralta to start the 6th inning. So, again, another beautiful play there by Bo Bichette and another good, strong throw by him. Mighty saying, not a player on the Mets that was alive during their last championship. Are you? Yes, unfortunately, I am a Jets fan, too. Even though I'm a Jet fan, but I'm more... I'm at the point of the Jets where it's like, the moment I see the first thing go wrong for them, I'm like, yeah, I could easily tune out. With, like, the Mets and stuff and, like, with the Rangers, like, I'm more, like, in it even when they do suck. So, but with the Jets, you know, I want them to do well, but I can easily, you know, like, turn it off. All right, now here's Happ into face Peralta again, and the count is 1-1. Ian Happ, of course, 1 for 2 in this ball game, hit the solo home run back in the 2nd inning to tie the ball game up at 1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That pitch misses just outside, 2-1. Alvarez kind of should have challenged that, but that's 2-1 now. 83 pitches here for Peralta so far. Pantry saying Semien is a downgrade offensively, but yet is a huge upgrade defensively, which is why we did the trade. Yup. Happ fouls off that changeup there by Peralta, so now a 2-2 count. 84 pitches, and Peralta is about to throw his 85th of the ball game so far. So if he gets Happ here under 90, I'd push the starter for the 7th. Bo might not be hitting right now, but his defense has been superb. Yeah, it's been very good. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and that cutter misses inside. Happ works the count full. 0-1 saying, I'll give credit for Bichette's fielding. It's been awesome lately. Yup. Seiya Suzuki here on deck for the Cubs. Here's the full count pitch. And Happ fouls off that fastball, so he stays alive in the AB. OMG, poor guy, come on, you deserve better. My subject yourself to a life of sports misery. Hopefully it eventually turns around. Pantry, I follow the Jets because I like their colors, and they remind me of the Will Punt era Mets law. I guess I like pain. Yeah. It is what it is. Here's the 3-2 pitch again to Happ, and that curveball misses low, so Happ works a walk here in the bottom of the 6th. And now Seiya Suzuki will come up to the plate. Come on, Freddie, just give me one more out here. Get me to the 7th. Tied 1-1. I know here's Justin Weller to talk to Freddie Peralta here on the mound. I will always have 1986. Cannot wait until y'all feel what I did that year. Hopefully it's soon. Again, I know that this year's been a disastrous start. Maybe somehow they could turn this around. Hopefully. But, we'll see. Hopefully it's soon that the Mets end up winning a World Series. And we got Brooks Raley here warming up in the bullpen for the Mets. Mighty saying 86 amazing. Mets were a great team. I'll give credit there. And Maxwell saying 24 special. I just want to feel something like that again. 100% agree, Maxwell. I'm right there with you. Here's the first pitch to Suzuki. And he goes after that curveball, low and away. So Peralta is ahead here, 0-1. Or sorry, the slider you went after. Come on, Freddie. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Changeup misses low, but Alvarez throws the ball back to first base. But Happ is back in there safely. Right. Peralta checks back there on Ian Happ, so that's one disengagement. He's back in there safely. Come on, Freddie. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Freddie misses up and in with that fastball. Count now 2-1. That was Freddie's 90th pitch of the ball game right there. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Freddie, Suzuki fouls off that changeup. That changeup freaking rode inside. But Peralta now gets the count back to 2-2. And Peralta hit that ball off his knee. That hurt. Thomas saying thanks for the game, but the Mets are making us sick. I mean, thank you for your support there, Thomas. Appreciate it. Skip saying I like what Stearns is doing. We got a few kids in the minors who make us very good. I mean, listen, Stearns for as much criticism as he gets, he's at least done a good job with the development and the minor league system. Now that has to translate to the major league system, but we'll see what happens. Peralta misses with that curveball in the dirt, so Suzuki works the count full. 0-1 saying another wasted start by Peralta if the Mets don't score another run. Yep. Biasestros on deck here for the Cubs. Come on, Freddie. Put him away here. Here's the 3-2 pitch. And that pitch, why are you challenging that pitch, Alvy? Dude, that ball was nowhere near the zone. Mets are going to lose one of their challenges here. That's a terrible challenge. Nowhere near the zone. Alright, so, Peralta walks back-to-back hitters here, walks Happ and Suzuki, and now Biasestros will come up with runs to first and second, but the Mets will make a pitching change here. Mendoza will go to the mound and pull Freddie Peralta, and that's going to be it for him. So overall, solid day for Peralta. Sucks that he couldn't complete the 6th inning, but 5 2/3 innings with only giving up the 1 run so far. Obviously, we'll see what happens, but Brooks Raley will come to the mound for the Mets. So, but overall, decent start for Freddie. Oh, I'll give it to him. Again, it wasn't sharp, but he's keeping the game. He's keeping this team in the ball game. All right, of course we have to play the Brooks Raley song. So here you guys go. Here's Left-Handed Patriot for you guys. Let me get my American flag too.
Born in San Antonio, under that Texas sky. Uvalde roots run deep, where the strong ones learn to fly. Texas A&M Aggie, and drafted by the Cubs. Chased the dream through the bushes, never once gave up. From the mound is firing, left arm slinging heat. Slider biting hard, putting batters in defeat. Played in Houston, Tampa, now Queens, in the black and blue, but his heart's forever red, white and true. He's a left-handed patriot, standing tall and proud, American through and through, screaming it loud, from the diamond to the flag. He's giving all he's got. Brooks Riley, number 25, never backing down, never stopping the fight. Yeah, he's a patriot. God bless that arm. God bless the USA.
It's
Gets you every
beautiful.
time. It really does get you every time.
It makes you tear up. But guys, Everyone give a warm welcome to Carson. He's joined the watch along.
What's up, everyone? Yeah.
Oh,
I'm here for
that's not fucking...
Oh. Was that Pixie? What did he do? Was it on?
He gave up a home run, a 3-run home run on the first pitch.
Oh, great. Lovely. Okay. Well, that sucks. Okay, then.
I don't know, man. I just... What do you even say?
This is basically how it's been going. It's just constant motions. Constant motions. It's literally it.
And Carson Kelly came in 2 and pitched hit for Ballesteros. That was the first pitch he saw off the bench.
Sounds about right, doesn't it? Sounds about right.
Amaya grounds out to end the inning, but the Cubs strike here in the bottom part of the 6th. Peralta could not get the final out. Ended up walking Happ and Suzuki back-to-back. Brooks Raley then came in and gave up a first pitch bomb to Carson Kelly. And the Cubs have a 4-1 lead heading to the top of the 7th.
Wow. And now all the air has been sucked out of the building. Or actually, no, they're at Wrigley, so... Wow. So I enter here, and a guy named Carson gives the Cubs the lead.
Yeah.
Doesn't get more poetic than that, doesn't it?
Listen, Maxwell, listen, you guys know I hate Mendoza, and I can't stand him. I want him to be fired. But I can't really... I don't know. He just walked back-to-back guys. I'm not... I don't hate that he pulled them there. Again, Raley has to execute, but... Again, listen, you gotta score more than 1 run. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that would be nice. Fortunately, that's a tall task right now.
I mean, listen, I could
comes in for Jamison Tyone.
I could see the argument either way. I'm not going to go after Mendoza too much for that, even though, listen, again, you guys know I hate Mendoza, but I'm not going to kill him for that. Offense has to do. You're facing Jamison Tyone. Can you score more than 1 fucking run?
No,
is that too much to ask for?
Apparently not. No. American through.
Hey, but you know what? It helps the case that he's going to lose his job after this series. So, cheers, everybody. We're another day closer to Mendy losing his job.
We back up again, boys. This is a slog, man. Just a slog.
Hey, but at least the viewership skyrocketed after that home run. So we gained like 30 extra people.
Thanks for helping guys in misery. Thanks.
All right, now here's Mark Fantas up for his third AB of the ball game. Of course, gave the Mets the lead back in the 2nd inning with that solo home run. Man, I forgot what's like playing with a lead. And Vientos skies that pitch up. PCA will get underneath that. Nope. Oh, yep, he does. I thought Suzuki was going to call him off there, but 1 away.
She wanna go viral.
Is Beatty gonna walk?
Oh, he had a 3-0 count last time, and he ended up grounding out.
I watched it. I saw it. I'm in tune.
Two-0 pitch, misses outside. He's got a 3-0 count again.
He did it! Go, Brett.
Takes that fastball in the strike zone. 3-1 now. Three-one pitch. Fouls that fastball off now. 3-2. Luke Weaver warming up in the bullpen for the Mets. Three, two. Oh my God! He fucking. Fucking miracle.
Oh my God!
Brett Beatty has walked.
Yes!
Pop the champagne. Guys, run to TikTok. Record your TikToks. He's done it.
Get your crumble cookies, because we're slaying today, Queen.
Semien gets ahead of the count here, 1-0. Semien 1 for a walk in this game with a single in the second, then a walk back in the fifth. The 1-0 pitch. Semien takes that pitch inside for ball 2. Well, I mean, it's just, this is more sarcasm celebrating Mighty because Beatty sucks. 2-0 pitch. Misses up and in. 3-0 count now to Semien. Marcus, don't swing. Whatever you do.
It is better than... agreed, Ken. And we don't agree on much, but... We don't agree on much because you're a fucking idiot. But, yeah, it is better.
3-0 count. Series. That pitch hits the zone. 3-1 count now to Semien.
Guy can't find the strike zone, and they'll find a way to bail him out.
That's a funny comment too, Cats. 3-1. Semien takes that pitch in the zone. So Brown gets the count back to full now after falling behind 3-0.
They're literally like... Beatty and Vientos are like aged Mika and Kreider. Like, these two are fucking idiots.
The 3-2 pitch, and Semien drives that ball out to left field. That ball caught at the wall.
Yep. Sounds about right. That sounds about right, doesn't it?
I'm turning into Gary Cohen. I mean, wait. Listen, Gary Cohen makes a lot of money commentating the Mets, so if that can happen to me, I'll fucking take that shit. Sign me up making 3 figures a year commentating for the Mets.
103 off the bat, down and in.
Yeah. Here's Benj up here.
Sounds about right.
And the count 2-0. Oh my God, Mendoza's got sunglasses on.
Ooh! We're in our Mendy sunglasses era.
2-0 pitch. Okay. Popped up. Bregman called off by Swanson. Makes the catch. 3 outs. Man. All right. Bottom to the. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Cubs still up 4-1.
Mirror.
The Mets are 9 outs away from losing their 10th ball game in a row, and dropping their 4th consecutive series.
I don't see what's funny. How is this not funny to you? I'm having a great time.
Hey, listen, you guys know the expression, if you don't laugh, you'll cry. Well, do you guys want to see us fucking cry on stream? I don't think anyone would like that, personally.
Yeah, no. Dude, guys, we are live for hours and hours and hours. You're telling me we need to be... All right, you know what, Matt? We got to do this. We got to do this next serious, okay?
Okay.
Let's do this next... We need to do this next inning serious, okay?
Okay. All right. I'm locked in.
This is not okay. And I'm telling you, this is very important, okay?
Okay.
Very important.
Okay.
You know, because the fan police is here, okay? So put your hands behind your back. All right. We'll be serious. Yeah, no. We have to be serious, okay? The fan police is here.
Yeah, I mean,
Don't
here's one
wanna
guy.
get arrested.
Here's one guy. He's always, policing the fan base with Brett Beatty. What's going on, Ibby? Ibby, you got my gummy bear? Ibby, you got my gummy bears? Like, come on. Where's my gummy bears, Ibby?
Yeah, Matthew, we'll leave that to him. That's his thing. Rayleigh back out there for the 7th. The fan police is here. Put your hands behind your back, okay? Don't want to be chuckling now.
Rayleigh falls behind here, 1-0.
It's against the law.
He's facing former New York Met top prospect, PCA. He is so far 0-2 in this ballgame with 2 flyouts. The 1-0 pitch. Swings and misses at that up and in cutter for strike 1.
That was a good pitch, but we're
Very
about
good
to lose
pitch.
10 in a row, so no jokes.
The 1-1 pitch. PCA skies that ball out to left field. Carson Bench back, makes the catch. 1 away.
That was a good catch.
It was a very good catch indeed.
I thought it was a good catch.
He tracked that ball
around.
nicely, turned around, his hips at a 90-degree angle, and just made the catch.
Not as great
Overall.
as David Peterson's hips, but,
No.
we'll get there.
No. And Brooks Raley, the Patriot, is out of the game.
Oh, well. Gave up a 3-run homer. That's not good.
No. 1 earned
Looks
run
like
credit
we're
to
going
him.
Commercial break.
The other 2 credited to Freddie Peralta, so he's given up 3 runs in 5 2/3 innings of work.
His hips don't lie, Ibby. I agree. I really do agree. Unfortunately, I can't smile at that comment.
Oh. Ibby,
because we are under oath.
Oh, Ibby, you're on DoorDashing my gummy bears now. Thank you. I appreciate that. How much do I owe you? Wait, but hold on. Which gummy bears did you buy me though? Because that matters.
Make sure to be serious. Make sure to be serious when you pay him. Okay, pay your taxes correctly.
Yeah. 1986. He's sending the police. Damn, $47.50. What kind of fucking gummy bears did you buy?
Christ, man. Wow.
Or how many gummy bears did you buy, Ibby?
Inflation is rough.
I mean, this is still high, but at least this makes a little much more sense. 1738. I don't know what fucking gummy bears Ibby's fucking buying from. Was he buying like Whole Foods gummy bears? They have like special powers.
There's nothing serious about gummy bears.
Well, I'm just trying to negotiate here with Ibby.
There's just nothing serious. Okay, but what? Just buy them. Pay your taxes. Okay, be serious.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry.
Can't be messing around here. All right, we can't be dancing around the rules. Okay, you can't be chuckling without the dangs.
I know. That's true. Because you know what happens when you chuckle without Krabby Dangs.
Yeah. Not only does the fan police come, but the real police comes too.
And you can't smirk either because, you know.
Exactly.
Luke Weaver on the mound now as he faces Dansby Swanson. Swanson pops up that fastball back into the seats. Count 0-1. Luke Weaver, he's into his windup here. The 0-1. Fastball misses outside for ball one. Count now 1-1. And this is a good point here by Ken. I fully agree with him.
Even though he spelled Mendoza incorrectly.
Yeah.
Ken, get it together.
The 1-1
You're
pitch.
being watched.
Swanson fouls that fastball back. Now 1-2 count. All right. Weaver is into his windup here. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Misses up and away with that changeup for ball 2.
I'm going to take a sip of my drink right here,
Okay.
just to let everyone know.
All right. Now here's the 2-2 pitch. Swanson takes that ball out to left field. And that ball is caught by Robert at the poison ivy. 2 outs. Good play and read there by Robert in center field to catch that ball.
Actually, maybe this is Pepsi. Only take small, serious sips. I tried. I really tried. I think I went with a little bit more warped speed than I should have. I apologize for that.
All right. Now we're back to the top of the Cubs lineup here. Nico Horner for his 4th AB. And Weaver misses away with that fastball. Count 1-0. Horner is 0 for 3 so far with 2 flyouts and a ground out in this ball game. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And Horner taps that ball, but it goes foul. 1-1.
Post game, make sure to stay tuned, guys, after a break for the post game show for this game, where we are going to do our taxes.
Yep.
We're going to do our taxes. Maybe a little bit of laundry as well, in case people need another round of laundry.
We'll also mow the lawn.
Yes.
And do some electrical work around the house as well. Maybe even fix the plumbing. Who knows?
Yes. Yep.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fastball misses outside. Ball 2. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Horner grounds that ball, fielded by Lindor. High throw, but Viento's able to steal the back for the final out of the inning. Inning over, we head to the top of the 8th. Cubs still up 4-1. Okay,
Yeah,
now we're good. We could be, and thank God this is just in time because Ibby, I see that you're stuck in the sink. I know someone that could very well help you if you're stuck. There you go. Call Step Bro. He'll help you.
Yep, 6 p.m. Can't wait. Can't wait to watch something else other than this. Tell you that.
Well, we also got playoff hockey too.
Oh, we've let plenty of anger out. We've let plenty of anger out.
Chris, did you not watch the Dodger series?
Sometimes you gotta bottle up the energy, and then you explode. You know, you pay taxes. Yeah. It's Judgment Day. All right, well, you got 2, 3, and 4 due up. You want to do something? I pray this isn't echoing. I pray it isn't.
So the innings. Hold on, wait. Call stands. The inning's over then. Yeah, he's out. Oh no, no.
He clicked his foot
Okay.
back. I think. I hope so. Because if he didn't, I'm gonna lose it. That's when I'll rage, dude. Shit throw by Lindor. Shit stretch by Vientos.
Well, the call was upheld, so the original call was out though. So yeah.
Cute. We're gonna go do another commercial break, I'm guessing.
I don't know. Godzilla's
Got its own zip code.
Oh man. There's been a lot of crash outs, Matt, yesterday when Beatty. Oh, bro, I hate that ginger fuck.
He walked
Yeah.
today. Shut up. Shut up. You're such a hater. Yeah, probably. Likely, Kevin. Likely.
Ibby, what do you have to say about Brett Beatty and his walk today? Since you're the president of the Brett Beatty fan club, Ibby, what do you have to say?
Look, it's Todd Zeal. Yeah,
Well, I mean,
kinda.
it's Beatty and Mendoza.
Well,
They're the
most of my rants are on the podcast because I gotta conserve my energy for them. So it's all done for show. Don't worry. You'll get it. You'll get enough rants.
All right, top of the eighth here. Bo Bichette leading off. Takes that pitch outside for ball one. No, we have to do a whole We have to do a whole podcast episode where it's just serious. Can't make any jokes. The 1-0 pitch. Bo hits that ball off Brown's ass, and he gets a base hit.
Oh my God! Off Brown ass.
He hit it off his gluteus maximus, and he has a base hit. Wow. Now Lindor will come to the plate. Actually, it was off his hand. That's not as fun though.
That's not as fun. God damn it!
Eddie Lindor, I don't hate Lindor. It's just you can call out though that he's playing like shit, especially defensively. Like that's like calling out a player is not. It's not hate.
Y'all speaking such absolutes, man. Jeez.
Lindor's 1 for 3 in this ball game with a single.
There's no Lindor hate. We don't hate
The
him.
0-1
we
pitch.
critique our own player, right? We can be cute.
See, now Carson only hates 2 players on this team.
I don't hate anyone. I am a very nice person.
Listen, we can all be honest here. This is a safe place.
I don't hate anyone.
The 1-1 pitch, oof, that kind of missed, but
Borderline.
umpire calls it a strike, yeah.
Borderline. It's a very 6-7 thing, you know?
Well, listen,
Throw
there's...
one RBI all year.
Well, listen, there's one ginger player on this team that you can't stand, and there's one lefty that you can't stand on this team. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Lindor fouls off that inside fastball. Count remains 1-2.
Through. That's never good for Lindor. He lost the grip.
100, just about 200 guys watching. As always, thank you guys for your support. Hit the like button, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. Thank you guys for the support. 1-2 pitch is taken inside for ball. Lindor gets a count back to 2-2.
I wish Bo Bichette was a stolen base threat. Ha, that rhymed.
Here's a 2-2 pitch to Lindor, and he hits that ball, and Swans couldn't get that. He beats that throw out. So the Mets have runners here, first and second.
Is there anything this team does besides hit the ball on the ground?
Apparently not.
Like,
The ball was
I get,
hit.
yes, back-to-back hits is a hit in the newspaper, and all the old-fashioned fans are going to go after me, but lift the fucking baseball! This guy isn't even a sinker ball!
I mean that should be an error on Swanson. I wonder what they're gonna. It was hit right at him.
Yeah, he could have gotten one of the outs.
All right, but there we go. Mets are challenging here.
Runners in scoring
here's
position.
Robert.
Swing first pitch. There it is.
And he hits it up the. Oh my Jesus fucking Christ! But he beats that out.
All right, now our best hitter's up. That baby stepped in. A little weird. Bat on his shoulder. What's with the Steve Cohen commas? What's going on here, Abby? Are you typing in our chat while you're driving? Everybody tell Ibby to not type while he's driving. That's very dangerous. Cubs are trying to let this happen. Yeah. Is that going to be it for Ben Brown?
Well, that's their pitching coach out there. That's not Craig Counsell, so I guess I'll let him face.
Yeah, Craig Counsell he's pretty recognizable. He looks a little bit like.
You know what? Hey, if the Mets were smart here and Mendy was smart, which I know that's kind of a hard concept, they should steal here with Robert to avoid double play. And have 2 men. And have 2 men scoring.
No, because they've been lifting the ball this entire inning, so it's going to be fine, you know?
All right, Melendez is 0 for 2 in this ball game and walked in his last AB back in the 6th inning. Mets have runners at the corner. I know. He was caught stealing last time he tried. I know that, but still, you still try. And Melendez goes after that high fastball and swings and misses. Falls behind the count here, 0-1.
Come on, MJ, be the GOAT. Get it? 'Cause
we're in Chicago.
We are too, yeah. 94 Rangers.
The 0-1 pitch hit off the mask of Miguel Amaya there.
Yeah.
Count out 0-2. We're in Chicago talking about MJ.
Yeah.
If only we were playing the White Sox, because MJ was technically on the White Sox. Their spring training team, but
It's got its own zip code and it's coming from.
I mean, it's never mind. All right, here's the 0-2 pitch to MJ Melendez, and he fouls off that high fastball, so he stays alive in the AB.
Still sticking to the swinging first pitch with runners in scoring position.
Come on, MJ. Done from the free throw line. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and he goes after that. He's called out on strikes.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
Alvy, for the love of God.
Alvarez, he's over 3 in this ball game. Takes that pitch inside for ball 1.
Do something clutch, please.
Alvarez 0 for 3 so far with 2 flats and a pop-up. He's 1 for 7 so far with an RBI with the runners in scoring position. The 1-0 pitch. And he hits that ball on the ground. Fielded cleanly by Horner. And nope, he stayed on the base.
Bush, they might review that, but might as well challenge it. But Mendy doesn't. Mendy thinks it's disrespectful, so he won't do it. And Alvarez is dead. What happened? Did he come off?
I got a challenge.
I know damn well he didn't come off the bat. They just did some CGI matrix just so we don't get a run. That's basically how it's felt.
It's got its own zip code.
I'm praying this replay shows he came off the bag. He's off the bag. Please. I'm begging. I am begging.
We can't
Albie
see from
looks
there.
hurt too. Yeah, exactly. We're going to sacrifice Alvarez's health for this run.
Oh, he's off the bag.
He's off
the bag. So that brings in a run.
Yeah, Albie might be. I don't know.
No, actually, watch them not score run because Lightyear told him to hold the third base.
with 2 outs.
Yeah. All right, so that's gonna be a run. Then that should be an error.
Yeah, it'll be a throwing error.
Yeah.
Throwing error by Horner, who has messed up for the first time in this series. It seems like. Well, that'll keep the line moving. Runner is safe.
Right.
Yes.
And Mark Vientos will come up to the plate.
How the ump missed that in the first place? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how the fuck the first base umpire missed that. These umpires, man.
At least we have review. That's what it's there for. I swear if you swing first pitch, I will go down to Chicago and piss in your Gatorade.
You know what's coming, though. Oh, nope, he actually...
Thank you.
All right, but Brown is ahead of the count here, 0-1. Vientos 1 for 3 in this ball game. Of course, hit the solo home run back in the second inning to give the Mets the 1-0 lead. But Mets have runners at first and second here with 2 outs.
That he swings at. Thanks.
And Vientos swings and misses at a curveball in the dirt. Count now 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Vientos. Lays off that pitch away. Ball
That was
1.
so swaggy of him. Go Swagoo. Nice.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. And he held up. Yep, he held up. 2-2. My mom just said Mark Beatty's gonna... I mean, they're essentially the same player. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Vientos. And he grounds that into the dirt, and he has no chance to beat that out because he's slow as fuck. All right. The Mets scratch out a run to cut the lead down to 4-2.
Yes!
but we head to the bottom of the 8th. Cubs still lead it. Well, Cubs are still on top, and now it's 4-2. And you know who leads off for the Mets next inning?
I know who it is.
You wanna go viral? Viral. We for hours. That got power. That got power.
All right. I'll be back.
All right, so I don't know who gets the 8th here. I'm going to guess it's somebody who can take us out of the game even more. So I'm going to guess it's probably Kimbrel, right? Horrible swing. Does not go with the pitch, even with 2 strikes. Even with 2 strikes. Yeah. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ground balls in that entire at-bat for the Mets. DFA Vientos? No. 2024. Please stop. If he can continue to 2024 us, we're going to be fine. Because of Grimace. We had Grimace. Tyler McGill. Yeah, he's out for the year. There's Craig Kimbrel. Yep. What did I tell you guys? Craig Kimbrel's coming in, but hey, he's been good for us so far, so this will definitely work out. Craig Kimbrel in 2026.
Kimbrel's pitching?
2, 3, and 4 in the lineup. Craig Kimbrel is out here.
Hey, well, you know, it's classic Mendy punt, right?
Yep. Well, we have no chance winning this game, so, you know. It's already way far away. You got to save Devin Williams for tomorrow for the safe situation he won't have.
All right. Kimbrel falls behind 1-0 on Michael Bush.
I wish I was getting you, Sammy. I wish I was.
Listen. I'm going to reiterate this, but Bush skies that into right field, falls right in front of Beatty for a single.
She wanna go viral.
Did you say punt or cunt? Yeah.
Well, I mean, both. I mean, Mendoza's a cunt, and he punts games, yeah, so he's a cunt who punts.
A cunting punt.
Yeah.
A punting cunt.
Bregman hits that ball, fielded clean by Semien over to Lindor, over to first, double play.
Thank fuck.
Listen, again, I'm going to reiterate this. If the Mets lose this game, which we believe that they're going to, they lose their 10th in a row. They drop their 4th straight series. In danger of being swept in 3 straight series. Again, I will say this. If Mendoza still has a job, by the time we get to Tuesday for the first game against the Twin City Field, that's an absolute fucking disgrace.
You think they're listening to you?
Oh, listen. They're not listening, but I'm just voicing my opinion. Not that my opinion matters, but if he still has a job, that's a fucking disgrace.
Yeah. They
have an off day. They have an off day Monday.
Guys. This is all good. We're gonna be fine. We have to rely on the talent.
We do have talent in the clubhouse. Like we always have to.
This is talent in the clubhouse.
We have to ride the storm.
Ride the lightning. And I find no. Yeah, I just. I
mean, he legitimately he can't be the manager. Monday there's an off day. He better be fired on Monday. We better have a stream on Monday. This is breaking news. The New York Mets have fired Carlos Mendoza. Like that, we better be going live for a live stream that day. Kimbrel misses out.
I really hate telling good people bad news. I really do. It's not easy. Let me build up the courage. It's not going to happen.
Well, then that's a disgrace.
Does it really matter if you're a disgrace, you know? Like, who cares? You know? We're having a good time. Crack open a beer, you know, you're chilling.
I mean, if this happened on the same day, bro, that's almost as good as winning a fucking championship. But Drury will never get fired because he sucks Jeff Dolan's cock, so that's never gonna happen. And I don't know. Mendoza must have pictures or something, unlike David Stearns, that doesn't allow him to get fired. I don't have a pool 2-cat, so yeah. You'll have to go somewhere else for a pool party.
Yeah, even if the 10-game losing streak isn't Mendoza's fault, he has to go. He does. Like I don't know how many things you can change. I just don't. Find the common denominator.
No, but Carson, you don't understand. Carson, you know that Soto's going to fix everything.
He will fix everything, yes.
Everything.
He's going to fix everything. He's going to close out. He's going to pitch in the bullpen for us, too.
Yep. 2-1 pitch to Suzuki.
Carson would cry if Stearns is fired. I mean, I would know why he would be fired. Brother, I have not cried for years. The last time I cried was when Derek Carr broke his leg. All right? That was the last time I cried. Since then, bone dry.
2-2 pitch to Suzuki. Misses up and in for ball 3. Yeah, I mean, listen, we're only a 20-game winning streak away. we just need to win 20 games in a row. It's that easy. No, surprisingly,
on Beatty's walk?
Surprisingly, he didn't.
No, I played Little Einsteins. If your team doesn't make you cry, I'm so numb to them screwing up. That like I have little outbursts here and then, but that's pretty much it.
Suzuki pops that pitch up. Beatty makes the catch.
Nice. The top of the 9th coming up. Down 2 runs. Beatty, Simeon, bench.
Sounds like runs to me.
Yes.
Of course, Ibby's glazing that catch.
Oh, man.
Ibby, my gummy bears have still not arrived. What the fuck, man? Like, I paid you $47.50, and my gummy bears are still not here.
Scammer.
Ibby, I want my money.
He's too busy with his AI slop, as per usual.
I want my money back, Ibby. You stole $47.50 from me. And you're probably eating your gummy bears in your fucking room right now on your PC. Or wherever you are right now. Probably munching along, trolling me and Carson, wearing your Beatty jersey. Ibby, we know your game, man. You can't fool us.
Oh my goodness. It's
See, look at this. See, look at this guy. He thinks he's slick.
Bro, maybe he has the main character syndrome that Ken Thal has. I don't know.
Nah, we love you, AB. Guys, make sure to subscribe till Mets do his part. Obviously, you guys saw John Sapanaro, the one half till Mets do his part on yesterday's watch along, and obviously we got Ibby right here in the chat. So make sure you guys subscribe to their channel because they provide great Mets content every week.
Caleb Thielbar will pitch the ninth, a lefty.
Who the fuck is this? I've never heard of this guy.
Yeah, he's a veteran guy. He's bounced around a little bit.
Here's Tommy
Pham.
Tom Pham fouls off that
Swinging first pitch. Oh my God. So, guys, serious question. When is it time for Stearns' fate? Do you think that he should be demoted into the farm system instead of being fired? I mean, I think it's after. It's basically wherever this team ends up at the end of the season is basically going to determine what goes on with Stearns. But no, Mendoza's a mid-season thing because it's already common denominator. Stearns put his full stamp on this team, and yes, he's responsible for this. But you can't just say, well, they've played 20 games, and that's how we're going to decide it. So yeah, Tommy Pham's in here for Beatty. I can't believe they took away our best player.
1-2 pitch is fouled off. Pham's still alive in the AB, sorry.
You'd have to think that, again, if they were...
1-2 pitch. Pham lays off that high fastball.
If they were to come back here, which, again, tall task, if it were to come back here, I'm pretty sure Pham would stay in the game in left, Benj would move over to right, I think. That's what's going to happen. Unless Tyrone Taylor is back in the mix.
Pham strikes out.
Pham, just go over there and smack that umpire with your bat. Just in frustration. I'm just asking. Yeah, he went. Never mind.
Biggest waste of money. Me, $47.50, no gummy bears. Cohen, $2.4 billion on the Mets.
Yeah.
Mauricio hit a home run today.
Don't care.
Yeah, but Mauricio doesn't make TikToks, and he doesn't eat crumble cookie.
He actually does make TikToks. Have you seen some of his TikToks?
Oh no. Yeah, but Mauricio shops at Walmart.
Yeah. Fuck him, man. Beatty goes to Rite Aid like a real man.
He goes to Rite Aid. Not even CVS. He goes to fucking Rite Aid. (0-2) pitch. Semyon strikes out.
Real great AB there, Marcus. That was really competitive.
Look who it is. Look. He thinks he's doing something. He's like pointing. He's like, okay, like you see this? Like, yeah. Just make the adjustment here.
Tyrone Taylor's coming in for Benj against the lefty because we like matchups.
Oh, bro, like
Thaler.
You guys see my face right now? It's not great. It's not great right now, guys.
I don't know. I think it's cute. Cohen is as soft and as weak as Mendoza. Yeah, but he's got more money and bitches than you. So take that, Ken.
And he has a golden toilet, so
yeah. Golden shitter, baby.
And well, I can't
Jesus.
technically. I mean, I could say it on here.
Wow, the season's actually over. This season's actually over.
Look at the private.
Imagine shitting on a golden toilet.
What the fuck? Mighty funny. What the fuck is that?
Mighty, I think that was something you should have kept to yourself. But, hey.
Yeah. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Popped up. Swanson calls everyone off. He's underneath it. And that's the ball game. The Mets lose 4-2. They've lost their 10th game in a row. They dropped their 4th straight series. And they are in danger of being swept of their 3rd consecutive series if they lose tomorrow. Which is very likely because David Peterson is pitching tomorrow. Yay! So everyone clap because we get to watch David Peterson pitch tomorrow.
Pro thinks I'm watching that shit.
Well, you are because you're going to be on the watch.
I probably am. Yeah, I probably am, but unfortunately.
All right. Well, guys, that's it. 226 of you guys stay through the whole game. So as always, thank you guys. Leave a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell as well to let you guys know when we go live. But yeah, as always, you guys know the drill. We're gonna take a 9-minute break, transition into the post game, set everything up, and we'll be back in 9 minutes for a post game. Which again, there's not really much to break down in this game, is it? Because yeah, the Mets just play shit again. But guys, we'll be back. Oh, what happened to the things? Hold on. I don't know why the background's not set, but okay, hold on. Let me try to figure this out quickly for you guys. I apologize. But what is going on, everybody? What is going? I'm sorry, I'm fucking all over the place. But we are back live on YouTube and on X for post-game coverage of Mets versus Cubs, Game 21 of 162. Game 2 of the third game. There it is. There we go. All right, thank you, Carson. This is in the background. Game 2 of this third game set against the Chicago Cubs in Chicago. But first and foremost, make sure to subscribe for live episodes of the Mets Weekly Podcast following every single regular season series. For those of you watching on playback and want to join the conversation in the future, make sure to turn on post notifications to not miss when we go live for the next game, which again will be tomorrow. The Mets play the finale of this 3-game set at 2:20 tomorrow against the Chicago Cubs. Stream, as always, will start 10 minutes earlier at 2:10. And also make sure to follow Mets Weekly on X, TikTok, follow us individually. The links are all down below in the description, but oh, guys, 10 losses in a row. This fucking sucks. This sucks. There's no other way to put it. They're 7-14. Again, 7-14. They've dropped their last 10. They've lost their 4th consecutive series. They're in danger tomorrow of being swept for their 3rd consecutive series. I mean, if this isn't rock bottom, then I'm not sure how much farther we have to go to hit rock bottom, but it's bad right now. It's bad. And considering, again, it's just, you're getting next to nothing from this offense. Again, listen, they're getting people, the runners, they're getting, guys into scoring position, but again, can't bring guys around to score. And we saw it all throughout this game. They had chances in the first, after the Mark Vientos solo home run in the second inning to give them a 1-0 lead. They had chances to extend the lead. Nothing. They had chances in the middle innings. Nothing. After, they got the gracious error call, which allowed them to bring in the second run of the game, the Mets still had a chance to potentially tie up the ball game. Nothing. This team all around right now is just, it's lost. And look, overall, was Freddie Peralta perfect today? No. And when you look at the final line, you maybe want to see a bit better from him. But overall, I thought Freddie Peralta was decent enough to the point where he kept the Mets in this ball game. And with his performance, the Mets should have still won this ball game because, again, still, this offense, even without Juan Soto, they should be capable of putting up more than 2 runs and potentially even scoring 4 to 5 runs in a game. But right now, they can't do that. And I don't know if they ever will be able to do that again. I know that Soto's coming back. I know that it'll help the offense. But everything with this team right now is a mess. The offense, the defense, the base running, the swing decisions. Some of the starters are terrible, if I'm going to put it nicely. There is just so many holes from top to bottom in this team. And listen, the biggest thing and the biggest reason for why this team right now is in such a big spiral, and we've been talking about it for a while now on the watch along streams and the post game streams. If you guys have seen the podcast, Andrew, Carson, Frank, they've been talking about it. This team lacks leadership. And again, it starts with Mendoza, because the guy will say the same thing over and over in the postgame that, there's talent in the clubhouse. We need to ride the storm. The back of the baseball card says that these guys will break out. They're a lot better than this. Well, we're still waiting. We're still waiting for the talent to show. We're still waiting for the back of the baseball card to show that these guys are not who they are. And listen, for some guys, for some of the guys who are playing as bad as they are right now, we know, and even with all the frustration that we have so far as Met fans, we know that some of these guys are not as bad as how they're playing right now. It just fucking sucks that it seems like everyone is playing as like they're playing as their worst versions all at the same time, and it's just, we're fucking here right now, and again, 10-game losing streak, 7 games under 500, dead last in the NL East, and it looks like there's like nowhere to go. Like to give you guys a step bro phrase, we're stuck and we don't know how to get out of this. Now, again, I think one way to move past this is by firing Carlos Mendoza and getting rid of this awful manager. But that remains to be seen if that happens. Now, look, you guys know how I feel. With this upcoming, well, obviously we know that the series is ending tomorrow in Chicago. That's going to be the end of the 6-game. That's going to be the end of the 6-game losing. Or sorry, that's going to be the end of the 6-game road trip. And they have the off day before they take on the Twins at Citi Field in Tuesday. If Carlos Mendoza is not fired on Monday, then I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what the fuck's the deal. Because, listen, even if they win tomorrow, right, you still need to look at the facts. You still lost 10 in a row. You still lost 4 series in a row. And you almost got swept 3 series in a row. And this is also... And this is also coming off the fact that, you know, how the season ended not yesterday, but how the season ended last year with them playing, you know, 33 and 55 or 35 and 59 to end the season last year. Like, this is such a big carryover that it's like you can't just look at this one sample size of Carlos Mendoza and say, listen, it's a bad stretch. You can't say that because every year that he's been here, the Mets have had this type of bad stretch. And listen, I get that it's baseball. You're going to have bad stretches during a 162-game season. But when you have stretches that are this bad and when the team is this non-competitive throughout multiple seasons and they have these type of stretches, then I'm sorry, a big reason is on the manager. And again, listen, I'm still going to criticize the players. Do the players have to play better? Yes, absolutely. But this team is not playing good baseball. So everyone needs to be held accountable. Stearns needs to be held accountable. Mendoza needs to be held accountable. And the players need to be held accountable. And Carson, he's doing a great job in the background. He's feeding us quotes right now. But Mendoza's saying, just having a hard time playing a complete game. No fucking shit, Sherlock. Really? Great fucking analysis there, buddy. We're having a hard time playing a complete game. Yeah, sorry. I've had a hard time, you know. I've had a hard time noticing that. It sucks right now. It sucks. But guys, we'll get to the overall game recap. So obviously the Mets lose their 10th game in a row as they lose 4-2 to Chicago Cubs. The Mets dropped to 7-14. The Cubs improve their record to 11-9. Jamison Tyone gets the win today. His record improves to 1-1. His ERA sits at 3.97. Brooks Raley gets the loss. His record is 1-2 with a 4.05 ERA. And then Thielbar gets the save. That's his first save of the year. His ERA currently sits at a 2.57 ERA. Over to the Mets side of things, Benj 0-3. Tyrone Taylor came into pinch hit for Benj in the last inning. He went 0-1. Bichette 1-4. Lindor 2-4. Robert 2-4. MJ Melendez 0-3. Francisco Alvarez 0-4. Vientos 1-4. Beatty 0-2. Tommy Pham 0-1. And Marcus Semien 1-3. Over to the Cubs side of things, Nico Horner 0-4. Michael Busch 1-4. Alex Bregman 0-4. Ian Happ 1-2. Seiya Suzuki 0-2. Ballesteros 1-2. Carson Kelly 1-1. He ended up hitting the game-winning home run that helped win the Cubs. If you guys remember, he hit the 3-run shot off Brooks Raley to give the Cubs a 4-1 lead. Miguel Amaya 1-3. PCA 0-3. And Dansby Swanson 0-3. Over to the pitching side of things, Freddie Peralta 5 2/3 innings of work for the Mets today. 3 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, 3 Ks on 93 pitches. And listen, the biggest, and I'll listen, before we get to that, I'm going to say this. I thought Freddie today was decent. Was he, you know, as sharp as what we need him to be? No, but I still think he did a good enough job to keep the Mets in this ballgame to where they could win it. And look, obviously the main thing people will point to that Mendoza should have kept Peralta in for the game after he walked. Because where was it? It was the bottom of the 6th. Yes, I'm pulling up right here. Yeah, so because he got the first 2 outs cleanly, he got Michael Busch to line out, and then he got Bregman to ground out. Then he walks Ian Happ, and then he walks Seiya Suzuki. So yeah, like I said, he walks 2 straight batters, and then obviously Mendoza, he pulls Freddie Peralta out of the game, and then he goes to Brooks Raley, who then faces Carson Kelly, and on the first pitch he sees, blasts a 3-run shot into the left field bleachers. Now, look, for me, you guys know I don't like Mendoza. I want Mendoza to get fired. Look, could you maybe look? I can see both sides of the argument where people say, "Oh, you should keep Freddie Peralta in that situation." I could also see the argument to where it's like, "Oh, Freddie Peralta just walked back-to-back batters. Okay, now's the time to pull him because it looks like he's starting to lose it." I can see the argument for both sides. My biggest issue, though, lies again with the offense, because this offense, up until that point, they only scored 1 run of Jameson Taillon. When you score 1 run off Jameson Taillon, I can't really blame the pitching staff, or I can't really blame the manager in this sense for pulling said starting pitcher after he just walked back-to-back guys, and it looked like he was starting to lose control of the strike zone. Now, listen, I get the argument that you should let Freddie Peralta through that because he's supposed to be an ace pitcher. The Mets gave up 2 top prospects for him. But again, like I said, the fact that he just walked back-to-back guys, I can at least understand the argument. And for me, listen, I would have pulled him at that point. But again, I can see the argument for both sides. But I'm not going to blame Peralta or Raley or Mendoza for the loss when, again, this offense needs to do a lot better. I'm sorry. 2 runs, 7 hits, and what was it? 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position and 8 men left on base. That's not good enough. You're not going to win a ball game like that. I am sorry. And we saw in this case, 2 runs was not enough, and that 3-run shot by Carson Kelly basically just ended the game for the Mets. And then after that, like I said, Raley, he worked 2/3 of an inning, 1 hit, 1 earned run, no walks, 0 strikeouts. Obviously, he gave up the 3-run shot to Carson Kelly, and 2 of those runs went against Freddie Peralta because those were his 2 walks. And then obviously the 1 earned run goes to Raley because he let up the home run to Carson Kelly. That was on 5 pitches. Luke Weaver then came in, worked 2/3 of an inning, no hits, no earned runs, 0 walks, 0 strikeouts, and 9 pitches. And then Craig Kimbrell came in, pitched the 9th inning. 1 inning of work, 1 hit, no earned runs, 1 walk, 0 Ks and 14 pitches. Over to the Cubs side of things, Jameson Taillon, 6 innings pitched, 5 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts on 100 pitches. Brown then came in, he had 2 innings of work, 2 hits, given up, no earned runs, 1 walk, 1 K on 38 pitches. And then Thielbar came in for the last inning of work. He pitched a scoreless inning. Obviously no hits, no earned runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts on 14 pitches. So, again, like I've been saying, you can get on Mendoza certainly for the decision, but again, the offense needs to do a lot better. I'm sorry. You have to do a lot better than fucking 2 runs and 7 hits and 0 for 6 with RISP. It's not good enough. But yeah, I mean, let's see, because again, there's not much to talk about. I'm just gonna see what you guys are saying in the chat here. And then I'll give you the preview for tomorrow's pitching performance. So, Game 3 probable starters. It's going to be David Peterson on the mound tomorrow against Javier Assad. Looking at Peterson's numbers this year so far, through 19 2/3 innings of work, a 6.41 ERA, a 3.37 FIP, and a K to walk percentage of 11.3. Over to Javier Assad's numbers, 10 innings of work, 8.10 ERA, a 5.76 FIP, and then a K to walk percentage of 4.4. Obviously, the game is at 2:20 tomorrow on SNY. And just by looking at the numbers, it certainly looks like it's going to be a pitcher's duel. As you guys could tell, I'm being extremely sarcastic. Both these guys have had terrible years so far. But yeah, let me see what you guys are saying. Let me go down. Kev saying Mendoza was a dead man walking last year. He's not getting smarter. No, and he's getting worse. I really think that he's him making mistakes in his first year was expected because he was a rookie manager at that point. So I expected there to be mistakes because he's unexperienced. But it looks like that he's getting worse with his decisions as the years goes by, which is just, again, It's terrible, and it just shows that he's out of his depth. And then to mix it in, you know, with the quotes, with the fact that he can't handle the bullpen, his lineup decisions, his defensive alignments, it's overall it's terrible. I just Mendoza's just he's awful. He has to go. Let's see. Picks. What's going on? I guess are you okay? I thought you were a Canes fan from your profile pic, but I guess it's something else. They were promised a better team than the Dodgers. They were ripped off for being idiots. Lol. Good luck next year, losers. Well, thank you, I guess. Rosie saying, but why does anyone expect Beatty, Semien, Vientos, Benj, Robert Jr., and Alvarez are going to hit? Look at their track records. I mean, listen, Roberts had a good start to the season so far. So Benj is a rookie. I'm not going to get on him. He's been up and down. Alvarez, he's been all right. I want to see a bit better from him. And then Vientos, listen, we know the deal with Vientos. He's inconsistent. And then Beatty's just shit. And Semien, listen, for Semien, we were just hoping that he was going to be a league average bat at best. Obviously, he's not been that so far. Has he played good defense? Yes, but he needs to be overall better with the bat. His bat has not been good so far. Home run hitters 333. What did you expect? You fired Pete Alonso, Brandon Monchep, Neil Jorge Polanco. Well, I'm sorry, home run hitters, but what did that group of players accomplish? How many World Series did they win exactly? Yeah, sure. They made it to one NLCS. That's cool. What did they win? Nothing. Meanwhile, they've had multiple years where they choked. Do we have to go over the track record again? 2020, expanded playoffs. This team is expected to make the playoffs. They had a terrible, disastrous 60-game season. 2021, led the division for most of the year. Collapsed right at the end. 22, held the division lead for even longer. Collapsed right at the end and got bent over by the Padres in the wild card series. And in the 2 games that they lost that wild card series, they put up a combined 3 runs? 23 was supposed to have this great bounce back year. Started 14-7, finished with like 77, 75 wins. Sold at the deadline. 2024, cool, that's the one outlier. But even then, they went to the NLCS. They started that year like fucking shit. And there was talks that that team was in danger of selling at the trade deadline. But it was because of JD Martinez and Jose Iglesias that the team was able to pick it up. And then what happened last year? Great start. They were like 45-22, and then collapsed in the second half. They played like 400 baseball till the end of the year. So, cool. You made it to one NLCS, and you made 2 playoff appearances. Congratulations. That old group accomplished nothing. And again, I was happy that the Mets were moving on from those guys. But I also said, just because they were moving on, it doesn't mean that the next group that David Stearns is going to build doesn't mean it's going to work necessarily. I never said it was a guarantee that it was going to work. I just said that I liked that the Mets were trying something different. Just because you try something different, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to work. So again, I'm happy that the Mets are trying something different, but it fucking sucks that right now the team looks like absolute shit right now. And again, I don't want to hear any of this, revisionist history that, if they kept the same group together, this wouldn't have happened. Bullshit, because they've collapsed under multiple seasons, under multiple different managers. So I don't want to hear this, bullshit revisionist history. They should have kept the old group together because it would have been a lot better. Spoiler alert, no, it wouldn't have. You could just tell by the history of what happened with that team. Kept saying Knicks winning, Jets draft, Taylor Reese. I'm not really too sure about the NFL draft. And then I think the next game starts at 6, unless they already started, which I'm not too sure personally. But anyway, we'll check later. No, listen, we can't score because we fired Pete Alonso. That's not entirely true. Sure, could Pete help with the runs? Yeah, absolutely he could. But there was multiple stretches last year where Pete Alonso completely faded away and was a total shell of himself. So the Mets don't need the Mets don't need Pete Alonso necessarily. It's just the team right now overall is playing like shit. Soto's overrated trash. He never did shit without. Okay, sure, guy. Sure, keep talking your shit. Yeah, keep talking your shit. Yeah, okay, sure. This podcast is like the Mets offense board. Okay, so don't watch, Graf. Like, no one's forcing you to watch. Is what it is. If you don't like it, click off the video. No one's forcing you to watch. It is what it is. 12 of the 21 games the Mets have played scored three or less runs. Yep, again, not good enough. NG asking, seeing any green shoots, Matt? I'm not seeing any green shoots. Pantry saying, sure, Nimmo has been on fire, but he can't field. Go look at the defensive metrics. One of the worst right now, and Nimmo has always been super hot or cold. Just wait till... Yeah, exactly. Listen, I like Nimmo. He was a very good Met. And yes, he did have great stretches where he's playing like this, where he's batting like 325. But you can't also tell me that we didn't see Nimmo go through long stretches where he was hitting like 170. So, again, and probably it's going to happen where Nimmo will go cold again. So, listen, again, it's baseball. Players go hot and cold. Like, I'm not expecting a player to keep the 325 batting average through, or like a 400 batting average throughout the whole season. It's not going to happen. You're going to have hot and cold streaks. But the problem is you can't be so inconsistent to where it's like 1 week you're totally on fire, and then the next week it looks like you never swung a bat in your life. Can't do that. Pete Alonso carried. Okay, sure. I mean, listen, home run hitters, like, go cry me a river. Please stop. You're embarrassing yourself. Who hired Mendoza? It was Stearns, and again, that was a bad hire. I will give you that. But my thought process on this is that a GM / president of baseball operations should have at least minimum 2 managers / coaches hiring. If he fails the first one, you should be allowed to have another one. If you then fuck up the next one, then yes, then you need to what's it called, be held accountable, and you should be fired. But listen, if it's just one bad manager decision, I could give you another chance and live with it and say, okay, listen, you fucked up the first time, I'm giving you another chance. But the moment, like, let's say if Stearns, he fires Carlos Mendoza and he brings in Kai Correa and that fails, then fine, David Stearns goes. I have no problem firing David Stearns if this doesn't turn around. But when we get to that point, we'll get to that point. Right now, we are not at that point currently, so people can cry about David Stearns, and listen, I have my complaints about David Stearns too. I'm not happy with him right now. But I'm also not going to fire him right now because this is the 21st game that we're playing with the team that he's assembled. Mendoza has been here for 2 years plus. So listen, Mendoza needs to go before Stearns needs to go. That's 100% guaranteed. Nimmo has been okay. Yes, sure, 100%, 100% sure. Robert was always a gamble, as was Alvarez. I mean, Robert has been good so far. So again, he's played a solid defense. I'm sorry, he's played a solid center field. His offense has been decent so far. Sure, would you maybe like the batting average a little bit higher? Yeah, but overall, he's been very good. He's been a lot better than I think what most people thought he was going to be this year. So listen, credit to Robert. He's been really good. I'm not protecting Stearns. I literally just said that if this team does not make the playoffs, then he should be, then there should be, consequences. I'm not saying, necessarily like lose your job necessarily, but, there needs to be serious pressure on his job then if this doesn't improve. That needs to happen. But right now the season's not over. I know it may seem like it's over, but it's not. There is still time, believe it or not, to turn this around. And again, that's not me guaranteeing that they are going to turn around. I'm just saying that hypothetically, in a world, there is still a chance for this to turn around. And if it doesn't, cool. Then we'll have the Stearns discussion. Carson's been saying this for a while now. But until that happens, we're not going to have that discussion. We will have the Mendoza discussion because he deserves to lose his job. Yeah, NG and all other guys, just let this guy cry because the guy's just a fucking moron. But hey, you do you, I guess. Carson here with another Mendoza quote. Mendoza's message to the fans: they have all the right to be pissed and frustrated. They care just like we do. We care. We want to win just as much as they do. But again, only so much can be said here because we got to go out there and do it. I understand how they're feeling. I'd be pissed too if I was a fan. I'm pissed. This team is pissed. Well, you're not showing that you're pissed. So, sure. And listen, Rosie, I'm there with you. I'm there with you. If this season doesn't turn around and the Mets miss the playoffs, then sure, we can look at David Stearns. But until then, I'm not going to sit here and, say that Stearns needs to be fired. Because again, there's still time to turn things around. And again, like I said, if he doesn't, then we'll have discussions. And again, I fully see where you're coming from. And I fully agree with you. But we have to wait. With Mendoza, though, we don't have to wait. How does a team from New York hire a rookie manager? Let him learn how to manage somewhere else. But GM doesn't want a real manager. They want a front office lackey, though. That'll let the front office. Listen, when they hired Mendoza in 2024, I didn't have a problem with it because you guys also have to remember of what the context of going into that 2024 season was. That year was supposed to be a transition year. So I was totally fine going into that season with a rookie manager because, again, there was not a lot of expectations. And, again, let's not forget how that season started. It was fucking shit. The Mets were 10 games under 500 at one point, and we all know what happened with Jorge Lopez throwing his glove into the stands. So it was bad at that point, too. But then they turned things around, they got hot, and they made it to the NLCS. So it changed, but again, the season and the expectations changed. But again, let's not forget what the mission and what the expectations were going to that year, because it was trying to compete for the playoffs, but there was no guarantee that the Mets were going to make the playoffs. And again, if the Mets were bad, they were going to sell it at that year's trade deadline. So again, I don't have a problem with firing Mendoza, but now that we know that Mendoza is not good enough to lead a team that has expectations to win, then fine. Now you move off them. Now you get a more experienced guy, or at least a guy that can at least handle the pressure of managing with a team that has expectations. Because so far through 3 years, Mendoza has shown that he's incapable of doing that. Okay, Mets are weak as fuck. Yup. Kev saying Dodgers needed last players on the bench to win a World Series. Semien would be a defensive replacement for them. Yeah, he would. Ken saying Mendoza should be fired, but Stearns is the scumbag that made this team. Listen, again, Ken, I know how you feel about Stearns. When we get to the end of the season and the results don't change, we'll have that discussion. NG saying Knicks hoops can't come soon enough. Not to sound doom and gloom, but I really don't see a path for the Mets making some sort of deep run. They tried something new. It didn't work. It is what it is. I mean, listen, again, there's still chances, but, you know, we don't know. Maybe it does happen. Maybe it doesn't. Let's see. Okay, sure. Yeah, exactly, Carson. Pete Alonso carried to what? 2 home run derby titles, Polar Burger sponsors. Listen, no one is doubting that Pete Alonso was a good Met, but he never, you know, listen, I get that he has the home run record, but again, what did he win here as a Met? And again, I know that's not entirely his fault, but he was part of a losing culture. He was part of a losing group. It was the right time to move off from him. If you can't accept that, then fine. You can't accept that. It is what it is. I don't know what to tell you. Oh no, Danny. Danny, I understand who you're talking about. There should not be a strict rule that a GM has a right to 2 managers. No, listen. I get that it matters to some things. Like again, you have to take each situation as its own. But to me, I would feel comfortable letting Stearns hire another manager. I know that some people don't, but I think I feel comfortable letting him. If it backfires, it backfires. Then listen, I'll say I was wrong. But to me, I would let him hire another manager. Stearns has been here also for 2 years. What are you saying? Yeah, but this is the first year that he's really had his imprint on his team, because the last 2 years that was more the Billy Epler, Sandy Alderson, Jared Porter team. This is really now the first time we're really seeing a David Stearns built team. And I know it hasn't been off to a good start so far. I'm not, listen, don't get me wrong. I'm not letting Stearns off the hook here, but I want to see a bit more before I make a final decision. And again, okay, bro, these guys in the comment section, they are fucking, oh god, these guys are okay. Sure. Hornet saying no team that's lost 10 in a row has ever reached the World Series. Yeah, listen, like I said, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Rosie saying, I don't think Stern should be fired. I just think that that not enough fires trained on him. No, listen, I agree with you, Rosie. I do agree with you. Yeah, and of course, yeah. Danny, go after these clowns. Yeah, we're clueless, but yet you're watching us and you're commenting on us stuff. So who's the clueless one? Kev saying we had a record number of pitchers last year because Stearns is a better roster evaluator. This year is strike 2 strikes is enough. Again, that's your opinion. I still want to give him a chance to turn this around this year. And again, like I've been saying, if it doesn't turn around, then fine, we can have that discussion. But until then, we're not gonna have that discussion right now. And Hakeem, thank you for the $5 donation. Season is over. Every player on the roster except McLean is overrated, underpaid. Stearns, Mendoza, and Lindor all be here next year, thankfully. Well, I don't know about that. Because how are you getting Lindor? How do you get rid of Lindor? How are you trading that contract? Like, he still has a lot of years and a lot of money being paid. Are you willing to eat a lot of that contract? Because unless you are, you're not really moving that deal unless you're trading it for another deal that's similar to it. Similar to like what we saw with Nimmo and Semien this offseason. So I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, but what was it? DoorDash update. Mendoza was the driver. He fumbled the gummies on the loss for Mendy. Listen, these fucking comments, man, I can't. Listen, again, not a surprise. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much gonna wrap it up. Had 240 of you guys at one point, 250 of you guys watching. As always, you guys, thank you guys for the support. Leave a like, subscribe, share as well. Thank you guys always for your support. You know, we do these live streams for you guys, so keep the likes coming and keep the support coming because we'll be here throughout the whole season. Doesn't matter how poorly the Mets play, we will be here. But anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in for today's watch on and post-game coverage. Make sure to subscribe for the live episodes of the Mets Weekly podcast following every single regular season series. Keep an eye out for Monday because that's when the next episode of the Mets Weekly podcast should be going live. Of course, obviously, we'll see who'll be on there, but hopefully maybe Carson, Andrew, and Frank will all be on there. But if not, at least one of them will be on there. And it's also going to be the 200th episode of the Mets Weekly podcast, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that as well. But yeah, for those of you also watching on playback and want to join the conversation in the future, make sure to turn on post notifications. Sorry, guys, to not miss when we go live, which again, series finale is tomorrow at 2:20. Live stream will start 10 minutes early at 2:10, so make sure you guys are here for that. Make sure to follow Mets Weekly on X, TikTok, follow us individually. The links are all down below in the description. Let's go, Mets, and we'll see you next time. Peace, people.